got it sorted. That's another goof. Again, there's so much arithmetic happening in my head right now for all the back end going on. Uh, Go ahead and unmute yourselves, guys, and talk to me. I'll do the intro later. This is going to be a marathon. I can edit it in later. It's all good. But, I just want to make sure you guys get time to chat and discuss the our segment, our now reoccurring segment, as you are two of my most trusted astro witnesses or cosmic witnesses. I thought it'd be uh, pretty smart to start off the mercurial directness of today. Finally, funny, I'm still having a bunch of technical goofs and chatting with you two, Billy Beans and Freighter Perseus of Dim Zoom and Transplutonic. Yeah, thank you for joining me. And wow, what a few crazy fucking couple of months it's been, at least, especially since we last chatted. Yeah, nuts stuff.
And I found yeah, it was awesome last. Always thought and here we are in your
Here we are. Yeah, I mean, it's only right and natural because I think not only since knowing both of you has my sort of gleaning and kind of my own arithmetic have been expanded and expounded upon through astrological rhythms here and there, and it's just something now that I find myself, like any other language, like reading the news about, or checking in on transits and seeing, what are some kind of, overlapping synchro punches in there and stuff. And I'm finding as the deeper you get into that arithmetic, it's pretty astounding, pretty incredible. And yeah, how have the past few months been for you, Leo?
Well, ever since Halloween.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm just wondering why I'm not getting your anymore. Yeah, you're very quiet. And that's on my end. So I'll just need to figure that out because it's like you should be coming through my whatchamacallit, desktop and all that. It's been a nightmare. And of course, like I choose Mercury and retrograde and this like really heavy transit, to do this heavy tech installation, learning, it's been nuts. But let's see. Go ahead and
it worked well last
there you
night, Keith.
go.
What did you touch?
There you
You
are.
last night we thought we were good and you
Nope.
touched some button or something.
No, no, no. Jill, once again, everything's fine. Everything's working fine. I think I'm just very skittish. Yeah. You were just coming in quiet and it was a very easy fix. But, I'm going to do my due diligence. One of the major machinations of like why I'm doing this and why I'm choosing the equinox to debut, such a huge like kind of progression is because it's my new normal to ensure kind of my intentions and my signal path is married to my intention and no more technical goofs and gaffes. That chat with CW Chanter in New York City, like the mic issues, the post production necessities, like after doing the podcast for so long, and having so much fun with the experimental aspects of it, like I needed to get back to ensuring that like I had the right tools and talisman to cast a good and not distracting right broadcast, like with you guys chatting, because like I feel personally responsible. I hated the fact that the last Hauntquinox I didn't make into a video or audio cast because I was just spiraling in my own kind of technical difficulties, you know. And it's not perfectionism. I do have a standard though. You know what I mean? Like I don't, you know me. All my shit's kind of ramshackle. and duct taped and jerry rigged anyway. But like, if the audio is just more annoying, if you're not listening to the words and you're listening to the sound the words are making, that's an issue, unless that's intended, right? And I think that has a lot to do with maybe this kind of new moon, this crazy Piscean just season, and all of the planets, either finally leaving Neptune or leaving Pisces to Aries. Like, maybe because of my natal chart placements, I'm particularly prone to the goof juice that is around. I know both of you kind of know what my working natal chart
Yeah.
is now, but also
Well, you
the node in Virgo, right, and
Mhm.
Pisces, or my rising and sun sign. So it's just, yeah, it's been crazy.
Well, you Pisces too, you're gonna feel everything in your body, you're gonna feel every bit of it, and I think that's why you're feeling it all right now, Keats,
Hmm.
is that Pisces, like, someone who has a sign of Pisces, they're very prone to that, but I feel like this energy is making us feel everything in our bodies, that's why if the sound's not perfect, it's not feeling right in your body, and you're kinda like, it's throwing you off, but I do know you are a perfectionist, but
Yeah,
I
I mean,
do know
I
that
resent that. So,
you do not, I tell you all the time.
I
But I
know, but
appreciate your your perfectionism.
I guess Leo can attest to it too. It's a really shoddy perfectionism, though. It's like, uh, you know, I guess, like, to try to attain like a vision, like in the material world, try to make a thought form into reality with like art or whatever, like as close to what you have in your head as possible. I guess that's a sort of like perfectionism, right? To be obsessive about that.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
I don't
think
know.
the last thing I'll say, because I want Leo to make sure, because Leo is always fantastic. You know, this so
Thank
now
you.
that Mercury's like out of retrograde, we're supposed to get like this 2 week kind of rest, restore, like kind of pick up the pieces of the retrograde, everything that got destroyed. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully the next 2 weeks we're gonna get a little bit of a break and then just keep on keeping on. And another thing that kind of came to me intuitively, which I did it in my video last night, was a great time for healing. And people that know me, like outside of YouTube or whatever, I have a nickname of Princess. And the princess should never wait for a prince. And I have this book. The princess saves herself in this one, and I was like, "This is so perfect," because I'm gonna probably read it later, but it's just saying, like, you don't need anyone to save you. You can save yourself. If you're looking for someone to come in and make your life better, it's not gonna happen. So this is the time. If you wanna make change, start doing it now, because this is the perfect time, perfect energy, and you never know what next month is gonna bring. Just saying.
Yeah, I feel that. Leo, you reclining, you sitting back
I'm
proud,
chilling.
gazing upon
Yeah,
your work.
I am chilling, just listening to you guys. I
Good.
always sit too close and it hurts my back in this chair every time I do a meeting with you guys or with Keats. So I'm trying to
I'm
just more
sorry,
relax
man.
today. Don't take my
Yeah.
don't take
Nothing
my
new.
as not caring.
Of
Um
course not. Yeah, I know you do.
yeah, so well, to kind of piggyback on what Jilly was just saying, yeah, literally 20 minutes ago, we just left the retrograde. So Mercury just stationed direct in Pisces 20 minutes ago. So that's over. So it's about to start moving forward, which is good. What I'll say is that this was an extreme, very extreme Mercury retrograde. Um, I've noticed so many tech issues that it's frustratingly so. That it's just like my phone
Me
doesn't
too.
want to work. My phone is flipping up pages that I never touched, or like switching to things, or my computer doesn't want to connect, or my car doesn't want to start properly, or just these millions of little technical flaws that are happening in my life that I've noticed specifically. So that's one aspect we all know about classic Mercury retrograde. This one has been, because now that I'm aware of these things, I pay attention. This has been the most intense Mercury retrograde I've probably ever been aware of, for sure. And it's because it's retrograde, which means backward motion. It's also in fall. So the weird thing about Mercury is that it rules Gemini and Virgo. But most planets have 2 signs they rule and then a sign that they're exalted in. Mercury only has 2 signs, so it is like exalted and rules Virgo, which is opposite this retrograde. So
Okay.
that's something to keep in mind. That makes it even more like that's even like a double. Like I think this is more powerful than a similar retrograde would be in Sagittarius, which is also the sign of its detriment as well. So that's an extra heavy piece. Also, it was combust the sun, which means it was when that's what happens when the sun passes over or Mercury passes over the sun, whatever way you want to look at it. When they conjunct during a retrograde, it's combust. So that's usually the point of most tension from what I understand and what the astrologers that I follow and study from have been saying. Combust is one of those older concepts, more like I mean, it's an old concept, but like that word comes from the medieval, Renaissance era and astrology a lot of the time. So I like that concept. Also, it's co-present with the eclipse points. It was co-present with the eclipse that happened at the beginning of the month. That's gigantic. That's a huge thing. Eclipses, as I'm
Yeah.
learning, I don't think they're usually great, especially on a world
I don't
stage.
I don't enjoy an eclipse, just saying.
No, I don't think that they're usually great. Sometimes things can happen and sometimes good things will come and rises and
Mhm.
falls, that's what they represent. But often I would just recommend that um you ward against
Not
an
work with
eclipse.
eclipses.
Definitely prepare for the eclipse time. And also like Keats was saying, like the North Node is in Pisces right now.
Mhm.
And a few days ago it passed over it. A few days before that, it passed Mars yeah, Mercury went retrograde over Mars as it was going forward. So we had 2 of those. I didn't notice anything in the Mars day, but the North Node day, I drank something. I drank like an electrolyte drink, and it hurt my stomach. I think it reopened one of my sores and set me back the progress I was making by weeks,
Oh
and that really
damn.
upset me. So, and then it's going to go
That's
now
not
that it's flipped, it's going to go forward and past that point again. So for the next few days, I got to be on guard and just be very vigilant. And I recommend everybody do that. Knowing what houses in your chart Mercury rules is
Yeah.
hyper important because there are 3 retrogrades a year.
Mhm.
So knowing that is gigantic for you as a person who wants to actually use the astrology and time to the astrology. I think Mercury retrogrades are the one of the best places to start with, and knowing what, like I said, what houses that planet rules for you, because you're
Yeah.
going to see those effects in those houses, and it's going to translate back and forth like in a triangle between whatever sign it's retrograding in and those 2 houses. So
Mine's in
yeah,
my 12th house in my natal chart.
okay.
Funny enough, and it's conjunct to, I'm so blind, I swear to God, 50s are the rough guys with the eyes, just saying. Gotta make everything big. But mine is, it is conjunct my sun and also my true node. All my planets are like clustered on one side in my natal chart. But yeah, I'm like totally that makes sense because mine's in the 12th house. That's usually the ending. It's almost like I can't get to the end of the story, right?
Yeah, I'm curious what houses are Virgo and Gemini for you?
Give me 1 second. So my
I would
astrology skills, I will admit, are a little rusty because I really haven't been doing much of anything because some personal stuff. Keats is always like my true node. He brings me back. That's what I love about him.
nice.
You said what house? What house again? I'm sorry, my brain is like mush.
Yeah, the signs Gemini and Virgo, what houses are those for you in your natal
All
chart?
right, so Gemini and Virgo. Let me see. I enjoy Virgos. My son is a Virgo. That's why I say that.
So
So
am I.
Virgo is my ninth, and
Okay.
Gemini is
You're
my where are you, Gemini?
6.
I just changed the way I did my houses in my chart because I didn't like them being. I do full. I don't have them all cut up anymore, so
Yeah,
it's
Placidus, I'm not
my third
Placidus
house.
or any of those quadrant houses. I like whole sign. So yeah, it should be
That's
your
what I changed it to. I do whole signs now because I don't like it all messy.
are you a Capricorn rising?
I am. I sure
Yeah, okay.
am.
So it's your 6th and your ninth, just like mine, the exact
Mhm.
same. So it makes sense that we're having health issues and we both got super sick in 2022. That makes a lot of sense. That's a crazy correlation, by the way.
We're
Uh,
meant to be together. We're meant to do all this, right?
yeah,
So, in your chart, do you have like I have a grand trine in water. When I started to learn astrology, my first class, they pull it up and it's stuck out. Like you can't miss it. And I found it so interesting because a grand trine in water indicates, I say psychic abilities. I hate using psychic, but it does indicate these kinds of gifts, whatever interests. I was like, oh my God, I'm not just a weirdo. It's actually in the stars that I've always been drawn to this sort of stuff. And luckily it's
interesting.
in water and it's not like in fire like everything else in my chart. Balance. I'm all fire and water. No earth, a little bit of
Right.
air. Balance is my cross to bear this time around, I guess.
Yeah, I've thought
I'll
about
get into
that
my chart.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing too for people. Like I said, like astrology, like when you think about it, just in terms of horoscope, it's hit or miss because it's you're working with one aspect of a multifaceted, complex set of energies. So, knowing your chart, knowing your rising sign, knowing these things, just as a basic way to start for people. Because I know we're not talking to people who are necessarily that, and some of them might be, but some of them may not be. So just to get those things down as a primer for yourself, if it seems overwhelming, because it does, it starts to seem like math and it starts to seem like memorization and crazy
Mm-hmm.
geometry. But if you can just get those things down and start to track transits to your big three, your rising, your sun, and your moon, and learn what those things are, um, I think
Yeah, I mean,
you'll start to notice that, okay, this is starting to make more sense than the
Mm-hmm.
bullshit one one, how do you say, dimensional ways we're normally
Or the
presented with.
pop culture. Like I stopped reading horoscopes as soon as I started learning astrology. I don't think I've read a horoscope since then.
Yeah, they're funny if you try to now.
so just to
Yeah, it's
get
like it's
back
been so
to
I could do it. I could do
can you
it.
hear me? Yeah, you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
But just to get back to the I've got a lot to say, especially as both of you know. I know Leo knows that I've been on a moon rhythm with output. So Algol came out like if it every I think it was if it was a song for a full moon, then like a release of new moon. Oh no, and then the eclipses. I used the eclipses, and it was like the Virgo solar eclipse, Piscean lunar eclipse. I'm a Pisces, Virgo rising, Leo moon, and like just piggybacking on you talking about the eclipse energy. I used to be so. I still am. I'm just now. When I say used to be, maybe like 24 hours ago. I'm really coming around. Sorry, you can barely see me. I was trying to adjust stuff. I'm really coming around to the idea that like eclipse maybe just don't be so haphazard with them. like
Yeah,
I think what I've been doing has been fine. Oh, that's my alarm. Um, but that was a really heavy like praxis attunement to like understand the kind of severity of eclipses, and especially in what houses, planets that they're working in. My Mercury's in Pisces for me. My I think that's all to do with the seventh house too for Mercury. Um, but like I have both. I have Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter all in Pisces. So it's just been kind of like an exponentially. I don't
You're a
know, like
dreamer, Keith. You're a
yeah, yeah,
dreamer. That's why. Pisces are dreamers. And
sure,
when it's
sure.
all when you have that much of it in your chart.
No, yeah, and I'm a proud daydreamer, but I did want to bring that up, and that actually makes me um, think of this other point, and I only mentioned it to I think patrons and whatnot, but I've been checking out this book. Um, it's the Rosicrucian Fellowship Handbook, The Message of the Stars. It's from like the early 19th or early 20th century, so 1922, and in it I find more fascinating than anything else is sort of the societal understandings of what constitutes um, absolutes especially within astrology. Like, what constitutes feminine? What constitutes masculine? What constitutes benevolent? What constitutes malevolent? And noticing how insane things have evolved and also regressed since 1922 when they made this book. But it was also just part and parcel to understanding this Piscean age that we're in, and like all this talk about the Aquarian age, and we're seeing it with AI, and this is what you get, Aquarians. But no, we're seeing that with AI and technology, and more aloof, less compassionate, less empathetic. But then again, the Piscean age was fucking wrought with travesties, so it's not like one is better than the other. I just say this to mean that I find it interesting towards the end of the Piscean age, we saw a lot of the movers and shakers, especially in society and art, music, writing, all of the arts. Some scientists, philosophers, you know, were Pisces. And a lot of them too, or are more on the like revolutionary kind of, or like the very like avant-garde and
Mhm.
supremely individualized, where I would, I think normal astrologers would attune that more of an Aquarian kind of trait, but that's something that I've always been very, you know, um looky loo, or like with like my people kind of thing. Mary's an Aquarius, and so we're very alike in those like degrees. But it's just super fascinating to
Aquariuses
me
are
that
awesome. I have it on my wrist for my boys. I have
yeah, yeah.
a Virgo and Aquarius. These are my kids' signs, so they're on my wrist.
Yeah, so it's just fascinating to me too that this huge we're feeling this societally, we're seeing the kind of like deregulation, like the deconstruction of what the Piscean, like the Piscean age at its worst in its like capitalistic nightmare infrastructure, hypernormalization, like the antithesis of empathy and compassion. And we're seeing that, like, holy shit, our government is actually run by, fucking nightmare bandits, like that. The only way forward is to truly just completely obliterate lineages upon lineages
Mhm.
of old family money and crooked money, and the corruption is turtles all the way down. The only way through is to just like baptism by fire, but unfortunately that's probably not going to happen like that. So it's like we're all kind of in this weird liminal space of like understanding of how dark shit is, but not truly having the fathomability to conjure something to do about it in a way. And to me, that also was very akin to the Neptunian transit that we just had too, like at its worst and its dark side of the moon sort of thing, when it's like the fog of war, Neptune. It's the dreamy, but in that sort of illusionist sort of way, and it moving into Aries now, you know and now we're in the brink of war and all of this. Like, it seems very fitting that these huge Piscean last gusts are happening. Granted, we still have like another, what is it, 100 years of the Piscean age or whatever until the age of Aquarius. We won't live to see the age of Aquarius, but again,
I
nothing in
hope not.
astrology starts on time, like literally. Um, so yeah, what do you guys think about that? Do you thought kind of at the world at large as it kind of relates to the inner outer with those
I I
body
do, because you
functions?
know what? I typically don't pay I never really paid a lot of attention to politics. I'll be honest, I just didn't. But because I work in healthcare and there was some things going on in the fall that were going to affect healthcare, I paid attention because it's part of my job. And then I started to see the other stuff, and now you can't escape it. But if you notice, like, how are we going to get rid of our government? We, the people, are going to have to rise together. And you're starting to see that in Minnesota and all these other places. People are rising up and working together. And I think that's the spark to start the big what we need to get rid of this nightmare of a government that we have right now before my son gets drafted, which I couldn't believe they're even talking about. So that's how I look at it. Like it's starting to bubble, and also our fearless leader is every day declining more and more. So it's kind of like almost like a perfect storm. And if people continue to rise, we might be able to come out on the other side. Here's hoping. And again, remember the no prince is coming to save us. We have to save ourselves.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I agree with you. I agree with you with most of what you said there. I mean, probably all of it, honestly. Yeah, and I think the it's there's no undoing this. The solution is not
Mm-hmm.
political. And that's the
Mm-mm.
problem that everybody thinks, well, not everybody, that's a broad generalization. Most people, I think, who are still bought into the system think you just vote the right person in. And I just want to say, cool. How many times has that really ever
Yeah.
worked? You know,
Mhm.
like you really think even one person who was a valiant defender of the people
Yeah.
could take down the whole Leviathan themselves, even if they were pure and uncorrupt.
And
And I
that's what
don't.
I mean about this. Like, it feels like folks are kind of withdrawing from like the ability to truly find actionable and worthwhile things. Like, yeah, I think everybody, especially in our generation, has always kind of just understood that the electoral system, like the two-party system, all of it's a fucking crock of shit. Anyway.
You were
So
supposed to be
like,
able to trust that the government would take care of you, and that went out
I
the door
mean,
years ago, right?
yeah, yeah, it's like I think for generations younger than us too, it's like I think they came out the womb questioning the government as they should, you know? Like
Yeah,
they won't ever know a lifetime without war or just straight complete buffoonery and lies and you know what I mean? Like so of course they should distrust and not do that. So yeah, so Leo's saying, like I think people are realizing, well, we can't use like the electoral system. We can't, that's not really doing anything. And so it's more of this weird nebulous fog of like, well, what the fuck can we do? Like, it's
It has
insane
to be
that no
about
one's
right.
been prosecuted, for the Steam
Mhm.
files. I'll just say, the Epstein files. I
Oh,
don't know
it's
why I self-censored. I don't give a shit. Not like a boogeyman
that
or something.
corruption right there alone and Pam Bondi, and I even know people's names. I never knew people's names of the DOJ and all that crap, but the way that they have behaved, and they called a lawyer that was part of some committee a bitch. Like who does that in government? It's so like I can't even believe this is our reality, and this is part of the reason why I never paid attention to a lot of politics because it's crazy, but I was like, "Who are we? We are jokes in the world stage right now," and that's really sad. It's almost embarrassing to say we live
Yeah.
here.
Well, not to get
yeah,
too deep into the political thing. I just meant to further expand on Leo's knowledge, like saying that like yeah, we don't know what to do about it. What can we
Mhm.
do about it? It's definitely not a
yeah,
political action, as you were
100%, dude. And I think, like, I'm an anarchist at heart, dude, and I'm an anarchist in my philosophy because no one has the right to rule over other people, man. Like whether we have a system and anarchy doesn't mean no rules, it means no rulers. Nobody should own you and own
Mhm.
anything, like the
without
point, I'm
consent.
We
exact
have
well,
free will.
you can't even consent to ownership. That's the problem of yourself to other people because it doesn't work
In a
that way.
daddy
But
dom sort of situation.
I guess that's your thing. But like I want to bring it back to the astrology here because
Yes,
we're on a
please.
good.
Mhm.
I do think what we said is important, but I would like to bring it back to the astrology section. Um, Next month, I think, is really where things are going to start to pop off, specifically in the middle of the month. I have April 16th. I want you guys to think about April 16th and the 17th and mark those days down because seven stellar objects are going to be in Aries at that point. We're going to have Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, the Sun, the Moon, and Chiron, all in Aries.
Okay.
That's huge.
Damn.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a Mercury-Neptune conjunction that day. Then there's going to be a Mars-Saturn applying conjunction that day. Applying means that they haven't fully touched yet, but Mars is moving towards Saturn, getting closer. And they're almost touching. And then on the 17th, the Aries new moon is in exact conjunction with Chiron. So almost to the exact degree. So
That's crazy.
that's huge. Major amount of things that you need to think about. Find out what house Aries is for you and start thinking about these things because it's going to be a big explosion. The other thing I would say real quick just to wrap up on April for me is the 19th and the 20th is the Mars Saturn conjunction. So Mars rules Aries. So Mars is super powerful in Aries. And then it's the lesser, malefic, and Saturn is the greater malefic. And there's going to be a conjunction where Mars is super powerful with the weakest Saturn. So what I'm seeing there is that because Saturn is in fall in Aries, it's at its weakest point it can be, which is a welcomed change for me. But I think that means that the systems and the rules that hold things in place, the boundaries, are going to get overcome by the irresistible force. And just seeing how the world is right now, this applies in the world, but also in your own life. But I think that is going to be something we all notice specifically. And then also the Mercury Mars Saturn conjunction on the next day. Mercury conjoins that conjunction the next day on the 20th. So from the 16th through the 20th, like it's going to be fireworks. So
Bumpy ride, man.
Yeah.
But that's
Interesting.
awesome. I love that you looked ahead to give us that heads up. That's the sort of stuff we need because you know what I love about astrology? It's fixed. The stars are the stars, the planets are the planets. So that's what I
yeah,
like about it. It's like you can interpret whatever, but at the end of the day, it's
yeah,
can't change where Mercury's gonna be.
yeah, and a lot
Not
of
even not
right,
even the government.
right,
Oh
and a
shit.
lot of astrologers who know their stuff are saying like I've never seen 7 things in Aries at once.
You guys
So
keep chatting. I got a first guest at the door, and then we're gonna segue. We'll wrap up here soon, but if you guys want to give
cool.
you a follow, Zara, chill, buddy. All right, I'll be back. You guys chat.
Okay. So I have, because I really, I do decks and all that. I do have an astrology deck. So I got a deck for
Zara,
everything.
stop,
But funny
dude.
enough, Leo, I did pull
Hey
2 cards.
guys.
I almost forgot.
Good, just
Guess what I
midstream.
got? The first
Come on
card
in.
was
No,
Mercury
you're good.
messages, and then third house communication.
Yeah,
It
well,
like
come on
totally
in.
is in alignment with our
Yeah.
conversations today. It's just
Hey,
more
good to see you guys.
more
Sorry, just
information
in the
that
middle
we're
of
all talking about like
they're
what we're
talking about
supposed to.
Astro stuff. If you guys wanted to
Yeah,
See
check
that?
in,
wow,
but
that's
yeah,
amazing.
the couch is all
It's making
free.
you.
Cool.
I'll take.
Let me see if I can.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
You forgot to mute yourself.
I just muted him. Look at that. I figured something out.
Nice. Okay. Um, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, third house. I mean, Mercury is in our third house right now, so because
Yep.
we're Capricorn rising. So that's interesting that you pulled those 2 cards. It's really
Yeah,
interesting,
I
actually.
pulled right before we went live. I pulled from this deck and I was like, holy crap, third house communication and Mercury. So I do think the conversation was meant to be like, we're meant to put this out in the ethos, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, potentially. You ever mess with astrology dice?
I do have astrology dice. I love
Yeah,
that you asked me. I
yeah.
got them and I have a little thing, but then I was like, well, how the hell do I use this? So I haven't give me 1 second because they're actually right next to me.
Does Keats know that he's muted?
I can unmute him if I need to. So I actually have tarot dice too, believe it or not,
Oh wow,
because
that's
I
cool.
am that crazy person. So these are my astrology dice. I don't know if you can see them. There's like a way. So I have 3. My set came with 3 when I got them. If I need to unmute Keats, I can. Hold on. Where are you, Keats? Luckily, because I work on. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I work on Zoom and Teams all day long. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I have learned trial by fire, but I now screwed up my view. All right, now I'm back. So they're iridescent, my dice. Let me just get rid of this. See if I turn this, you might be able to see them. So I have these. So these are my dice.
Okay.
And then I have this. And you're supposed to like roll the dice, see where they land, and like, because There's the signs, the houses. It's just kind of fixated. I think I bought this off Etsy, to be honest. I got one and I didn't like it, but these, yeah, the dice are cool. I have played with them a little bit.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Yeah,
You
they're
have some?
yeah, I have a set of 3 as well that I got for cheap somewhere because I heard somebody talking about them, and I thought it was an interesting way uh to change up your divination practice, whatever that is, you know. I think that's pretty cool. So, nice. Yeah, I didn't
And
know they
like the
made
dice,
tarot
I got
dice.
tarot dice too. And I'm like, look at all
Yeah,
these dices I have. Now I just need to figure them out.
right. Yeah,
And
well,
karma's been a big thing lately too. I have this karma deck that I pulled out that I'm gonna start working with again because it's all about the planets and stuff. If I
yeah,
get my groove back, I'll hit you up, Leo. We'll see what your karma will come through.
my karma is. Oh God, I don't want to know.
No, I
Uh,
think you got good karma. I feel good energy from you. Like you really, I feel like you got a shitty deal with the stomach issues, but you got good intentions. You're a good guy.
oh, I appreciate that. It's a nice thing to say, and likewise, it's nice to know you and Keats. And apparently, he disappeared, but hopefully, he'll be back. Um,
Yeah. It was
for-
funny last night, like working, like helping him. Like I wanted to make sure my mic worked. He was running up and down, and he,
yeah,
I'm telling you, he's amazing with what he can do. But I think
yeah,
because people are there right now, I don't even see him on YouTube. It's just you and me.
yeah. We're running the show. The inmates are
It's
running the
ours.
asylum.
We're taking it over. Let's take it over, Leo.
This is now our show. All right, welcome to the Jill and Leo show. We got rid of
Yep. Thank you
Keats.
very much,
We're tired
Keith.
of
Thank
his,
you for the setup.
Okay,
yeah, we're
how am I
tired of his
doing?
ramshackle bullshit.
Oh, I'm the Rode audio. Are you gonna mic Alexa too, or
I'm
does
gonna
she-
mute Keith again because I can hear him
Alright,
talking.
I
You
have
do?
And he doesn't.
mic
And
on
if
here.
he knew that, it will throw him in a tailspin. So I just muted him again.
Are you still muted?
So what else do you see coming our way, Leo? Anything interesting that we should know, or maybe you should tell me a little bit more about your chart. We'll see where we line up.
My chart's not important, but what is important
It's cool.
is that you know, I
We'll
think
see.
we just need to be paying attention
I
to
don't
the
see
next
Scarlet.
Yeah.
You got it?
Oh,
Scarlet.
you just froze for a second. You're back though. Okay.
Okay.
Does that red light need to be?
Keats is back.
Maybe I'll give him permission to have his, stream back. Let's see if he. Yeah, he's still talking.
All right,
He's
guys.
still
Sorry about that.
chatting.
I'm back. If you can hear me.
I muted your ass. Me and Leo took it over, and I.
Oh,
muted
good.
you.
I mean, you guys are just hearing a different thing, so the stream wasn't hearing my chat or anything. But that's okay. Thank you. And yeah, sorry to wrap up so abruptly, but that was amazing. I appreciate you guys speaking through it. I've not ever had folks in the living room for a chat show, and I just realized, oh yeah, that's kind of silly if people are coming mid-stream that it's not going to be loud with the dog. So now I know. Here, I can show you guys. So Discord
Leo,
again
I
is having
think
a completely
we should
separate
really
view.
try to do something next month. Like we tried to
So
last year. I
here's
think we should try again this year. Maybe we can make.
this is what you guys are, or this is what YouTube's seeing, in my window. But we're all here, and I know Eric's in there, and I do want to get to Eric. If you two, Jilly and Leo, thank you so much, want to just hang out, we'll be back to chat with Luxa and Eric, panel-wise, back and forth, and all of that after Eric's segment. And yeah, and keep going with the Hauntquinox. This is going really well so far, so thank you so much for kicking it off. And especially thanks for the
Thanks
folks
for
in
having us.
chat.
Cool.
Sorry, go
I'll
ahead,
be
Jilly.
around. I'll just be off camera.
Okay, sounds good.
Good to
And
see
let me-
you. Good luck.
Cool. All right, so let's get back on this train. All right, so I am here with Eric Arneson and Lux Estrada, but more importantly, we're just gonna let Eric Millar get his Discord connection going. I saw him in there earlier, but how are you guys? Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
How's it going? Good to be
This
here.
is nuts. I know.
Good to see you too.
Still gotta figure out this. folks, that Eric Millar, fellow Haunt and my co-conspirator and We the Hallowed, was preparing to do something with us through the Discord, but he just let me know that his power is complete. And he was in there earlier, so this happened like just now, which is hilarious because we had just talked about the mercurial directness happening today, and it's just proof positive. Yeah, it goes direct today, but it's proof positive that there is no like definite times when things happen. It's so we're still going to be in this retrograde for however long. And Eric Millar is our sacrifice to the elder gods for that. He says, "I've got no power. You're gonna have to skip me. This fucking sucks." Hey, buddy, I'm gonna do my damnedest to blast you all over the internet. That's way worse than I intended.
Well, definitely check out Eric J. Millar's work. Really talented art. Actually, album art for the Fuck Around and Find Out Green Mushroom Project, We the Hallowed digital mixtape, and that's fucking. So yeah, definitely check out his.
Yeah, no, Eric Millar. I mean, those of you that are here are halfway due to him as well. He is the kind of the visual mage for all of We the Hallowed. Through all of our print design and publishing. If I'm not doing it all myself, he's the first guy I asked to help. That's it. So
The news is you have
I have another
Eric.
Eric.
You have
Yeah.
at least one Eric, and I am not. If you need me to almost
prove it now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Give me a piece of paper.
But while that happened, I'm gonna go ahead and share some music on the stream, and so I can tidy up some things for our guests, and we can do a panel discussion with Erica and Luxa when we get back. But we're just gonna take a little art break, and I'm gonna play a track from my recent album I just released with some videomancy in there once I get to it. So without further ado, we're just going to take a $5, but please pay attention. This is by no means a host reprieve, not an audience reprieve. Do not look away. Keep looking. All right, we'll be back. And so that's the feed from the downstairs. Yep.
Over there. So equinoxes. Got any opinions on them?
I like them.
Uh-huh.
You know, the spring and the fall are both nice times of year that I appreciate.
Yeah.
We're just coming into what the pagans refer to as horny season now, leaving spooky season.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah. All the trees are spraying their pollen everywhere.
Yeah.
All the birds are outside screaming.
So, speaking of equinoxes,
About sex. Sex. The birds want sex.
Oh, you bring two podcasters over and they don't know how to run a podcast.
We're talking to each other. What is it not podcasting if not talking to one another?
Podcast. Do you have opinions?
No, so I just found out that this is actually, we started the Hauntquinoxes.
So this is the fourth one?
Yeah.
Okay.
On it. Yep. So, note to self, I'm only really equipped for the setup right now. Bikes. That's okay. It's always something. It's like having to reboot after those days. But I think everybody in the mentally, yeah, it'll be. Like, we'll get through it. We'll get through it together. So talk a little bit, let's say, about what you didn't already.
Yeah, I have not actually. So I'm very excited for a local event that I've organized and that the some folks from the Green Mushroom Project and I are going to be hosting. It's going to be here in Portland at Workers Tap at 2 o'clock. And we're just going to be getting together and doing a very simple little ceremony, a sort of like belief agnostic thing that I concocted. Very simple, like guided meditation where we're going to be creating some community protection salt. So just some basic Epsom salt, which has been imbued with the magical intention of it being protective for our local community. And there's actually going to be, and here's an example of some of the salt that we made earlier, and I gave some to Keats, but so we're going, so there's actually going to be some people in other cities doing likewise tomorrow, which is very exciting. And I've also written up the ceremony with like instructions for anybody that might want to do this locally where they are with friends or by themselves or whatever. So I'll give Keats the link to that in case people check that out. And if you're here local in Portland and you're able to come hang out with us tomorrow, please do. We would love to see you.
Where's
at Workers Tap, which is a really cool like worker-owned bar. It's over on 12th. It's really close to Dark Star Magic, actually. It's about 3 or 4 blocks away from that.
Oh yeah, I think I know where that place is.
Yeah, it's real chill. There's a really good Mexican food cart right by it, so you can grab some dope Mexican food while you're there. And,
I've been there. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. Yeah, a cool little like
it's
anarchist like spot. So
yeah. Salquinox.
Salquinox.
Yeah.
You can just hand me that. We can just pass that back.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Check once. Yeah. Over you. Yeah. No, I just wanted to. I just love that. Yeah, like something. It's almost like starting in the community or starting with a small group with a liminal right, like to begin with. Like, I think that's really smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, salt is not only is Epsom salt like an easy to access, affordable, magical ingredient. It's something that you can use to nourish plants. Table salt will kill plants, where Epsom salt will actually provide magnesium, which is a vital nutrient to them. And salt is great for doing all kinds of other things as well. It's a classic protective element. And so if you've got a bunch of ice in your driveway, you throw it out there to make it safer for yourself in the winter. That and it can be used for all types of applications like that.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, it's just smart to me. I mean, you teach classes all the time. We were just talking about that. Do you I've noticed like I have to go, so I'm creating the second edition of the Divergent Grimoire, and it's it's like the edition that's to be the first like I think with that it was always kind of a experiment, just putting it out there. And the one thing that I'm going back and refining and adding is a lot of the very like uh specific to like hearth and home, sacred space, and not to use that word, sacred space.
Oh,
It's so
I think so.
yeah,
Term.
yeah, it's true. It's literal.
broad.
Yeah. But yeah, finding like thinking about the fundamentals, right? Yeah. What are your kind of like education?
Well, something that I never really try to teach anybody, but I think is like really important for anybody interested in this kind of stuff is meditation, right?
Yeah.
But I do have some opinions on that. I think that a lot of times people get hung up on the idea of meditation. They start to think that it has to be something complicated, regimented, which I definitely used to think. But over time, I've come to sort of think of it as like even just the practice of silent sitting, just being able to just sit there quietly is I think visualization is really important. I've also been I feel like everything I bring up, I'm gonna be like, but also I've been
It's good to question oneself.
yeah,
I mean, right?
one of the things that happens with visualization is like, some people are naturally really, but then we also know that
Yeah, it's
like
a whole spectrum.
aphantasia,
Yeah, it's a
right?
whole spectrum there.
And it's really hard for me to understand how life or any work for. I've never had that experience.
Okay,
It's
interesting.
a difficult thing
So
to
you maybe are on the
imagine.
more hyper fantasia side of things, where pictures come easily.
I don't know.
When you listen to music, do you see pictures?
It depends on what I'm listening to.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm listening to piano, I think
'Cause that's
fingers on the
okay,
keyboard.
because that's one of the things that people will say. Like,
Uh-huh.
some folks I've talked to identify as being on like the hyper fantasic side of things will say, I'll listen to a song and I'll see a whole like kind of movie taking like a music
Oh,
video
yeah.
happening in my head, and that can
Yeah,
happen to
so-
me too sometimes, right?
Yeah. I don't think that happens to me. But again, it really depends on the music. I don't really necessarily consider myself hyper fantasy, but I've done so much so long that I think maybe just the fantasy portion of it is here for me. But I don't think that I necessarily have phantasmagoria.
Yeah. I think this is such interesting stuff to talk about with people. Really get down to the sort of like bedrock of human experience, and like our meat suit as being the sort of like interface that we have to use with our magic and everything else.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's so fascinating.
That is something I've been really fascinated with for a long time. That particular idea of like the meat suit, like how does our physical form or our physical body like interact with the imaginal space, second body? Yeah, but I guess the thing that I always come back to is the concept that they explored a lot in like Renaissance magic with phantasmal apparatus. I love that idea. I love that sort of concept that like our imagination and our ability, what makes. But But does that really work with mix aphantasia into the mix? There's those people who are on that end of the spectrum. They're still communicating fine.
Yeah, I've talked with friends who identify that way. I've kind of tried to get my head around what that experience is like for them. And the closest analogy I've been able to come up with for myself is that, like, you say, like, okay, think about an orange. And, like, three of us are probably thinking about, like, an orange, whatever platonic form of an orange.
You mean a William
Yeah.
orange or the fruit?
Or a fruit.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the round
Right.
one?
Yeah, well, they were thinking of William of Orange. I was thinking of something you find in the grocery store.
Right.
But regardless, there is like a sort of picture that your brain kind of like references, and and it will show you like the JPEG of the thing itself in your head. For my friends that identified as more aphantasic, like they know that what an orange looks like, they can like remember it, but they can't like build a picture of it in their mind.
Of a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've wondered about that too. Like, and again, like
Well, it's like it's cataloged differently.
It's hard
like,
for me to ask the right, because I've talked to people too to try to understand. And the memory question where I'm like, okay, well, you know what your mom, you know what your dog looks like. Sure, there's a memory of it, but that is memory and imagination so closely tied. Hard to separate it. Like even when I think of an orange, I could most perfect looking, but also sometimes I'll think of like oranges and how they make, or tactile experience, or like, you know, I mean, one of my favorite orange dots is when I was a kid playing soccer, and like at halftime, wedges of orange, like orange water and stuff.
Yeah.
I
and
love that memory,
Yeah.
that flavor, that part of like the.
Yeah, and I think that is likely the case for a lot of people who are in the aphan side of things. It's just whatever, like, I kind of thought about it as like whatever software displays the image doesn't do it. It's cataloged in some other way where like you still have it in there. It's just not visual.
So one of the things that I've been kind of wondering about, the play like Dungeons.
They must, yeah. I've played lots of Dungeons and Dragons with
Dungeons and
aphantasic
Dragons
people.
exist so much in the.
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah,
depends
it's
on what
all-
table you play at, right? Like there's some
Yeah.
people who are very much into like playing it more like a war game with like lots of maps, and
Still
especially
not
if you're doing fourth
visually
edition.
seeing it play out, you still. Not
I
like a
think
movie.
so.
You're not watching
Yeah.
a movie.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all those weird
So-
Dungeons and Dragons monsters.
There's a
it's more-
picture in the manual.
Yeah, I could understand, because like sometimes I was thinking about this when I think of days. Structure. What I mean? And like I was thinking about that, someone not knowing, having a way to visualize a in D&D, I would assume would be something that would like a construct in their mind, like it would like, you know, danger be like to elicit that response. We scales and
Yeah.
yes, dragons have.
Oh, wanted to chime in here from the chat. So Billy Beans comments, you have to be patient. It took me a long time before I started to see colors and patterns and things. So maybe this is a kind of like skill or muscle that can.
I think that's
Yeah.
definitely
I
true.
think that's been my
'Cause
experience as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
For sure.
And
Oh, okay, cool.
we also have folks that can. That is open. Legitimately, that back and
Yeah, I'm curious about this picture
Mhm.
panel where there's like a turtle shell championship cup
I hate it.
and a 20-sided die.
Just go away. Like I hate the fact I
You
don't
need
like
somebody
it.
to, you need
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't like the fact that I can't I have no say in how it
Discord is a curse.
I mean, I've liked it so far for capturing fine, but what I have to say about
Yeah.
but yeah, so the Discord is folks this so there was a back for this marathon that we're doing somewhat of a marathon. Marathon seemed like really just you're at the new human. But yeah, so you have the link. If you're in chat, I have the chat up. I'll periodically look at it. If you want to answer free, then I'll join the panel.
He is.
Well, I guess that's where there's the delay, right? You can
Yeah,
shut it
exactly.
down.
They're nowhere even here yet. Yeah. But yeah, thanks again for toughing it out with me.
Hey, I've done live stream stuff
Mhm.
before, and I've never had one go.
Oh yeah, no, they're always. I want to get to the caliber. Like I'm feeling comfortable. Like there's been a lot of technical. I've gotten to the. I log in my mind. Like I know where to edit. You know what I mean? For if I was to push it, I want to with. But I also really enjoy the combustion. And that
Yeah.
in performance, like if I can think, that's what I've been doing with them. Started live tools and audiomancy session, videomancy, like the ability now that capture the quality. You know what I mean? It's like more of an engine. And he had an idea, like he could just plug anywhere in the house.
I never heard that before. That's
I never heard
very
that
fun.
either, but,
That's cool though.
I would.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like I
Yeah.
could twin.
I had,
bathroom.
I had a writing teacher once, and he gave me some of the best advice I've gotten is always just have some way of taking notes. Never know when a cool little bit of prose or whatever is going to pop up, and you will forget it right away if you don't write it down.
If there's anything, I have exalted that fucking idea. Not only do I have multiple formats across analog and digital platforms to take notes or ideas anywhere. You know what I mean? That's funny that you bring it up because I think like brass tacks. That's what it is. I'm just captured to catch things as they come, like in every part of the room. And then if I get a wild hair, barf it into the stratosphere. Probably not smart. When you think of it. But yeah, I'm really excited about the salons and the salons. I imagine will be a lot like this. Obviously, tech wise, this was a kind of noticeable. Doesn't belong.
We have a guest.
We do. Jilly is back.
Hello.
Jilly.
Yeah, give us a riddle.
Or don't just play.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to us.
Love Discord. That's fine.
true. There's no way that I would ever know.
Oh, that's why.
It looks like.
Turns out technology is very confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Over.
That would
I'm your
echoed.
haunted ghost in the
Okay, now if
Jilly. Go ahead and
Oh.
speak, Jilly.
Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, just checking. I had to plug my mic in and stuff, so
Sorry,
you had to
man,
give
you
me a
okay?
second.
Sorry.
I could hear you guys on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's a little bit of a delay between here and YouTube, so if it seems like we're taking a long time to answer your questions, it's definitely YouTube, and it's not because we have to think.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that. Trust me, I've done plenty of live streams, but now that I'm on Discord, you're like real time, even though YouTube, it's like, looking like we're still 5 minutes behind. I just have it up because I'm a moderator. I had to like approve some comments and crap. You
Uh-huh.
would have lost the Keats. I hope he appreciates it. Had your back, Keats.
Jilly, no, thank you for that. I never
Well, YouTube held comments that I don't know why they held them, so I did let them through. It's
Yeah.
the algorithm is weird.
Okay. Well, and you having a good time, Jill? Has this been fun?
It has been because I've just been down here. Like I left Discord because I couldn't, really hear. But I just been playing on my computer. Got my stuff all around me. I was playing with some cards because I got 1,001 card decks. And yeah, just
What
listening to
kind
you
of
guys
cards you
babble.
got there? You got some divination cards?
Well, how do you define divination? So put it this way:
Oracle?
a big joke is I have over 100 Oracle and Tarot decks, and I'm not even joking. Some are collectibles though.
I mean,
can't
I
show
feel
you.
like that's very normal. Isn't that normal? I feel like
Thank
everybody
you.
has over
Thank
100.
you for telling me that's normal. And just I buy a lot of them on sale. Like if I don't, I have a whole bunch that I have to the side because they don't resonate. I give them away if I don't like them. But I have ones that I have just because they're like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Disney villains. I don't use them. I just like them.
I mean,
That sounds rad.
I would love to have a Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot deck. That
Oh, it's
sounds kind of
awesome.
cool.
I almost
the
bought a
only
Britney.
problem with those.
Britney Spears would be a good tarot deck.
The only problem with those decks are the like major arcanas are cool, but then the suits are not great, depending on what the movie or character it's based on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys caught that I pulled from my Astro Oracle card deck when I was on with Leo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I pulled 2 cards.
To us, you know.
But I got 100 card decks around me if you want me to pull something. I have
Yeah, let's
for
pull some cards.
Yeah, Jill, you know your camera's not on?
if I put myself on camera, can you bring me up?
I think you are.
Yeah, you should be on. It looks like.
I get
Hello.
Woo!
Yeah, you're on YouTube.
So I got the Labyrinth tarot for my birthday. And it's a pretty good, isn't the Goblin
movie.
King? Yeah.
I have his
I almost wore a T-shirt with him on it today.
See, that would have been perfect.
This is the Time magazine.
I am just too
Oh,
short.
wow,
These
that's,
I have up on a collectible. So
10
I
years old
have
now.
the Dark Crystal.
Okay.
I have this is Buffy. I have Labyrinth. I
Oh, yeah.
also have all the Disney.
What
'cause
about we the Hallowed
I love
published
Disney.
ones, Jill? Do you have any of those?
I just got Wicked for Christmas. No shame in my game. I had Alice in Wonderland. You can't really see because I'm on my laptop, so it's hard. But behind me, if
I used to have the
can-
Alice in Wonderland tarot. I had the one that came out in the 80s. I had a first edition of it. It was pretty
I
nice.
had
It was,
one. Like
I
these
sold
are
it
all
on YouTube
cards.
or on eBay for a lot of money.
Really? How much?
Oh,
I mean, it was probably $150
Okay.
in 2005, which would be like $500 today.
That's not how that works.
I'm pretty sure that's how inflation works.
So I'm an 80s kid, and I got the last unicorn. I was so excited when I found this deck.
What's
at
that
10
one?
bucks. The last unicorn. It was a card. It was a movie back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I was alive back then.
So yeah, I found this for 10 bucks on sale. I was so excited.
Nice.
Yeah, like I kind of joke, like, if you have a question, I have a modality. I have sex magic, I have regular tarot, I have trust your vibes. I got, my God, I got a lot.
So I guess we need to come up with a question then if we're gonna have some cards.
Oh,
pulled.
here I have a question.
Sure.
So I'm going to be hosting an event tomorrow, and I would love to know what would be something good to keep in mind.
All right. So just because I do say this to everyone, this is how I do my readings. Just so you guys know my like boundaries, I guess. I don't answer yes/no questions because we have free will. I also don't do predictions because we have free will, and I don't give away medical advice. There's my disclaimer.
Okay, sure.
So
I feel that's very reasonable. I do that too. Oh.
Yeah, because people are crazy, and if they think I'm telling them the truth and it doesn't happen, I don't want to have that on my back.
That seems wise, for sure. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just looking for some just general, pointers from whatever powers might be about, things that would be good to prepare for. Yeah.
Let me just take a look and see what I'm drawn to for you.
Okay.
I have a great one for Keats that he'll hate. It's called Heal Your Inner Child.
Ooh. Keats, how's your inner child these days?
Alive and healthy. Thank you for asking.
You haven't brought it to heal yet?
It's literally wearing this meat suit right now. It's gotten away with playing adult for the last 20.
So your inner child and outer child are almost unified.
No difference. I'm just a grumpier.
What do you? It tells you what you need to heal to move forward, and nobody wants to heal, right? So I'm gonna pull for you from my Magical Times Empowerment deck. How does that sound?
That sounds cool. Hell yeah. Thank you.
No problem. I like it because it has like unicorns and all kinds of cool stuff, but it's all about empowerment. So what do you need to know to be empowered? Tomorrow is how I'm going to phrase the question. So the way I do it, just so you know, I blow my cards to blow away the energy. I'm also putting my intent, and then I like kind of hold that for a second, then shuffle. So we used to joke I had like my shuffle face, kind of like people have their orgasm face. So it's very awkward watching myself.
Well, we won't look.
No, it's okay. Look away, I'm on YouTube doing it. And I always ask for permission. Like, I won't read for someone if I don't have their permission because I don't want people tapping into me. That's kind of like invading my privacy. So what does Luxa need to know for tomorrow? Ooh, my head's tingling. That's a good sign. And I haven't been really doing a lot of cards lately because I've been a slacker. Thanks. But Keats is bringing me back. I got 2 cards for you. The first one is manifestation. Ooh, I love this. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief in your powers. Can you see the card? I don't know if you can.
Kinda, yeah.
Second one is union. You have seen and unseen allies. So I feel like this is telling me like your spirit guides, angels, whatever you believe in, they're going to be there tomorrow, guiding you to help you give the messages in. So what is the event tomorrow?
The event tomorrow is going to be a ceremony for creating community protection salt.
Well, this is union, and it's, you have seen and unseen allies, so I feel like the spirit world will be there with you, guiding you through it. Draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. So I think, what do you need to know tomorrow? Just be open and embrace and have that intent of unity for your ritual tomorrow. And it's going to be, I get the feeling it's going to be so successful, even if it's just one person that walks away changed. You should know that's a win, because if you can change one person, you're doing what you're supposed to do. And I see purple for healing, and yellow, I believe, is like your solar plexus, so that's your creativity. This is what you're meant to do. How does that sound? Does that
I love it. That's very powerful and very encouraging. Thank you so much.
Good. See, this is why I love when Keats makes me do stuff, because this is what I enjoy to do, not my 9 to 5 job that pays my bills.
I want you. I've always wanted you, Jill, to next that side of you. Very like potent with it. You're the one that turned me on to focusing on Chiron. I'll never forget that because I was
Yes,
turning point. Yeah.
that's how Keats and I kind of really connected. I just finished my astrology classes, and Keats kind of challenged me because we had gone back and forth about coyotes one day. And charts are hard, they're very overwhelming. And I just used my intuition. I was like, he needs to know about Chiron, your wound. And it so resonated. And since then, we've been like, hanging out. We've been doing that, started all this for us.
Love it.
Mhm.
But yeah, as far as the inner child is concerned,
I was just teasing
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Petulant.
petulant. I can be.
It's a good deck if you're trying to work through stuff, because it will kind of help you guide you where you need to go. That's why I joke it's like a deck that sucks, but it is actually really good.
Yeah. What
Especially
about
when you
We
don't
the
like
Hallowed published oracle decks from Eric Millar? Have any of those?
I have one of his, I think.
Yeah.
I have the game he created, but I haven't
The
looked. If
Impossible
he has
game?
one that's out, I'll make sure I order it.
Actually, I was just looking at this the other day. I have. Oh, it's right here.
There?
Damn, there's the pocket
Oh,
disruption
ooh,
generator.
Disruption generator.
But even
This is the
better,
part that
I haven't looked
I have to.
I
look at
wish
my
he
phone
was
to-
here
Yeah.
because
Do you want
Yeah, let's do it.
all right.
even better,
The big one.
Ooh,
the rare, like 50 printed, I think.
I
Very
have seen one of
cool.
these,
Yeah,
right?
very big one.
nice.
But yes, everyone, disruption generator by
Let's say-
We the Hallowed, Eric Millar. Yeah, I would
Okay.
use the pocket one.
I
I also,
bought
I have the
bag and
cards too. I have one of 3 decks.
I have
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
There you go, Jill. Yeah, you have the bottomless bag and
Nice.
Impossible
nice.
game. Hell
And
yeah.
Impossible
Both
game.
We the Hallowed
Beautiful.
printed works and more to come. Not to, that was a shameless plug, Avenue. How was that as far as like my 60s talk show? Paid
Absolutely.
And its components.
paid advertiser
Nice.
pivot. But no, I bring those up too is because coming out this year in the next few months, I'll have my Hauntquinox book, The Spectrivium, which is a illustrated graphic primer, which I'm really excited about. I hand illustrated everything, even the fonts, and it's awesome. It's
I have
and
my
then
grimoire next
oh
to
yeah,
me.
that will have the updated Divergent Magic Grimoire. Leo is helping me incorporate some astrological aspects to it, to ordaining practices. Days is like a little bit of a building block for a ritual. That's really cool.
Awesome.
And then we have the We the Hallowed scripture, the actual printed scripture for our. Yeah, it's heavy. It's crazy. We've been working on it in the back end, and it like weaves in some of the cosmology of Hauntquinox, and so they both kind of interplay and relate to each other. If like Hauntquinox was like a spectral endowment of the self, like We the Hallowed is that like the other, so it's like of the Nosotros form in a way. And it's like there's charts, there's like it's it's amazing. And I'm not saying that because like I came up with a lot of it. I'm saying that because like it's great to. No, I did. I don't know if you've seen the picture of the We the Hallowed reveal.
I have not.
There's a famous photo out there of it. Was me masked in that Revelator mask, and I came out on an with an apple like a little platform in the middle of an art gallery, and then I read from a taped together scroll 20 feet long.
Not seen.
And introduced We the Hallowed to the world here in Portland at the Lightbox Culture House.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that's how We the Hallowed was birthed. There's photos online.
Wait, how long? This?
Oh, this was in 2014.
Yeah, I definitely never.
Yeah.
I've been thinking back. quote from this?
Oh yeah, it's all you can find it online.
All right.
Like oh shit, I screwed something. I done it again.
I think
So I
Dude,
pulled
it's way
from
different than
my
mine.
herbal astrology deck like I did yesterday and got the same card for inner peace. I pulled this last night and pulled it again today. I guess I need some inner peace.
or we need inner peace.
No, Jill does. I'm fine.
I know I need inner peace.
Oh, we.
I actually have a card deck that's called inner fucking peace because I love decks that have swear words in them.
Here, I'll give this back to you. But
Okay.
yeah, if you guys want
I
to
have
do
swear
a
words.
round of disruption,
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so
I'll take the big, probably ones in the pocket side.
I can't
so
make
there's
it
definitely a
even
method to this. Here, let's.
Is there?
I don't know. I feel like choose.
Yeah.
Let's see. Disruption generator. Okay. So for those of you who have never encountered the disruption generator before, the most basic way to use it is you ask a question and then you flip through the book randomly. I'm actually not reading out of the book. I'm looking like I'm reading out of the book. I'm just saying this out loud. So, you know, like Luxa, for instance, you ask a question, maybe related to salt. I don't know. It seems to
Okay.
be on your mind.
Sure.
and then I'll start flipping through the book.
That-
Yeah, I guess Lux was just really.
I love
Lux
salt.
is really into salt, but not table salt. It has to be magnesium-based salt.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe other metals. How do you feel about like? Okay, so let me ask.
Well, you can make a salt out of a variety of different.
So recently,
About is like ocean salt better than Epsom salt? Because I live by the ocean. Would
ocean
you
salt.
suggest
Yeah.
Epsom or ocean salt for your cleanse?
It depends on what you're going to be using it for, but if it's anywhere that it might end up like on the ground, you're always going to want to use Epsom salt because table salt or salt from the ocean can kill plants.
Saline salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recently
Okay, well-
watched
All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
You remember the Mummy?
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
the-
vaguely.
Everybody's
Yeah.
Bioawakening.
It's been a long
movie?
time. Yeah.
So
I
in the
remember
Mummy, yeah, in the Mummy, there's a booby trap that kills a bunch of people using salt acid, which I always thought was really hilarious. But it turns out that there are a lot of salts that
yeah. A salt,
maybe they aren't gonna kill.
from the like standpoint of chemistry, a salt. I forget what the actual definition, but I think it's
Yeah.
like when two compounds come together and form a solid of some type.
Yeah. Salt is like really.
It's been
easy.
a while since I've been in chemistry class, so apologies for the chemists out there cringing at that. But
Well, would you like to ask a question of the disruption generator?
what is a
or should
salt?
I- What is a salt? All right, let's try it out. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn the book upside down so I can't.
Stop.
All right. Oh, interesting. I ended up on component 38. Whisper.
Whisper. Okay.
Salt is a whisper. To speak quietly, an unassuming presence. Voices barely heard.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I would have gotten beverages. I had a whole plan.
That's.
Oh, yeah, I would have.
cool.
It's okay.
I
Yeah,
almost
okay.
had a plan this morning.
No.
Yeah, maybe the disruption generator isn't
Well,
best for science
So I
questions.
think that like because we know that a salt is made of two things, maybe we need two answers.
Oh,
So we know whisper is a part of it,
okay.
And-
Another
whisper I can kind of this like something that works with in an unassuming way, like the way that salt ice is a very quiet and
Also, if you just how do you feel about your food?
untrue.
Okay, so let me ask.
All right. Stop.
Oh, this is a good one. Component 79, plasma. The fourth state of matter, the stuff of stars and fusion, a medium of suspension and flow. That sounds salty.
Yeah. And to create the salt, maybe there is
I'll
a
hold this up.
plasma at one point, like in micro time or
Oh,
something like that. I'm not
could
sure.
be. But just the description of it, like the stuff of stars and fusion, or the medium of suspension and flow. That
It's-
sounds.
yeah.
It does sound about
Salt.
right.
Ish
Yeah.
to me.
I
Yeah.
think, honestly, I think that Disruption Generator has done an admirable job at answering this scientific
Would
question.
would you like to try using it?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. You have a question.
Yes. My question is, what makes Zorro the dog
No.
so
Come on.
affectionate towards humans?
Trauma as a lost dog in Portland.
Component 78, charm.
Oh.
An object of luck or influence, attraction.
Oh. All right.
Also, I
Zorro's
think
just got a thing.
Charm.
the disruption generator also likes fucking.
I like this.
Yeah, it's a alcohol.
It has a flavor that that reminds me of Ashland for some reason. Ashland, Oregon.
Somehow that.
It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like I could see Ashland. It's like this sort of ginger beer, like that strong ginger beer that you get at like a health.
Yeah.
And Ashland is like.
Oh, it's
healthy.
re-
So what are we doing with this new camera?
Oh, I'm just trying. Coupling.
I
So
love
don't mind me.
how there's just a. I mean, I'm looking forward. I think there might be a time when we're downstairs and there's going to be
Yeah.
even weirder cameras. I'm excited.
And it'll be much easier. Ever. We could also just chat down there.
Are there chairs?
Yeah, I'll just grab chairs. Got
Yeah.
plenty. But
And there's keyboards.
keyboards, there's all sorts of things. This was more of a just kind of bring my living room. I do like the idea of projection.
Yeah, I don't know if the audience has seen this setup in here. I think you did a little bit of a walkthrough before.
Really.
Or
No,
maybe
I
did you
haven't.
share that on your Patreon?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
Patreon.
But Keats has a huge projection of the computer on the wall over here. That's why we keep looking up over in this direction and not at the camera. Because everything is up here on the wall.
Cool.
And we're not.
Now in a moment.
Hey, are we on the we're gonna be on the
Much better.
Yeah.
I can work.
Ooh,
Yeah,
it looks
so-
way more moody.
Yeah,
I
we're a
love
little.
this-
I think
this
we're a
one
little
downstairs
backlit
is-
in this.
All right, I like this more. I feel like this is more flattering. I look more handsome.
I think this is a better angle for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We look like movie stars now. I was holding the microphone so far away from me, I don't think anybody can hear me being a smartass.
Okay.
You're welcome, internet. Oh yeah, Keats, you look a lot better from this angle too. We all do.
Yeah.
This is great. The lighting really helps your hat too.
You know
I
wants
think.
funny is, hey, what are you crazy about?
Maybe
So,
does he go outside?
Is it charm?
you don't need to go on a walk, but I'll do that during.
Are there any
He's
good?
got the Zoom.
Yeah.
You know,
I
he's trying to look tough and important in front of you guys. Hey, buddy.
Zorro,
there's no one
Zorro,
there.
hey, buddy.
Zorro.
Hey, Zorro.
Oh, something.
He's got
part hound dog, so
he's got some intense eyeballs
literally
right now.
follows his-
Are there any questions from the audience, Alexa? Yeah, let's see. Are they saying anything?
Here.
It's mostly Bill just trying to.
Also, Xtense has posted a few things. Meditation and visualization got me through past troubled years and helped me center me when I got diagnosed borderline personality disorder. Hell yeah, I think it's such a
I definitely.
yeah, it's such
useful.
a useful practice for so many different applications and for so many different reasons. I liked what you were saying earlier about getting away from the prescriptive way of thinking about meditation. I think a lot of people have. A lot of people in my circles and stuff have read some maybe chaos magic old textbooks and stuff like that and have gotten some like really prescribed ideas about meditation that work great for some people, but they don't work great for everybody. And so I've definitely spent a lot of time on my podcast, like encouraging people to like find the style of meditation that actually clicks for them, actually works, rather than trying to like ham fist yourself into like something that's not working because you think it's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I think that's incredible advice. I remember once, many years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine who studied meditation. I think in a very specific way, he's like, "Oh yes, there are, 56 different styles of meditation." I was like, "Really? Dang, okay." I mean, I don't know if there are actually 50 styles, but
I could see like thousands, you know?
yeah. I mean, I think a big part of it is like, how can any of us really truly state of another? So it could be that everybody has multiple styles of meditation that they, from easy ones to
Yeah, sure.
So, but that conversation came out of like Keats asking me about sort of like skills that somebody needed to learn to get into this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's like I've always toyed like Asian like eased away from it for me specifically. I get into fights all the time. Need for tradition where you break them, like these philosophical chats all the time. It's like that too can be nuanced, right? It goes with whatever you're attacking, or so I'm always like up in the air about if there was something I were to teach that wasn't like my own stuff, like what would I teach in this regard? I guess the grimoire is kind of, but like, yeah, the fundamentals, what we all share. That's what really interests me. Who, no matter the current, no matter the history, the variables, we all have common core mark. Yeah, and like that's super fascinating. Hearing you discuss what are Fluxa doing, the salt thing, both things that salt especially like come across as a thing to teach, but it makes perfect.
And
Like
also just kind of timely, the salt thing too. It's looking around at what's going on in the U.S. and seeing all these communities brutalized by the state and stuff, and really taking home that low hanging fruit of a metaphor of the salt and it being protective and like absolutely.
Like in the granular nature, we locally, we both just moved, so I have history here. Portland's different.
I love that about it. I don't want Portland to stay the same.
Absolutely, it does not give a shit about your sentimentality, and there's like I'm so accepting. But the reason why I say this, so it's like, yeah, it does feel like there's like there's always a push or a need that word. I remember during the stride of having the We the Hallowed, I was just like looking back at the flyers and what we accomplished, and like art, like nothing was unified between us aesthetically or otherwise. Like we all had just such ways of communicating with the world, and we were able to like have a people showed up, how hard things.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So like, yeah, just finding that like strike again. Portland is like build again and weigh the fat, and so finding like of consistency within.
You know, I feel like when you live here for long enough, one of the things you come across is people who have lived here even longer than you complaining that Portland isn't the same. Like it's that seems to be the common refrain constantly, is people who my theory is at some point in their lives they had some sort of lifestyle that brought them to Portland. You know, maybe they were an artist, they were a musician, they were part of some particular aesthetic movement. They came to Portland and they got involved in some kind of, you know, punk underground scene. But of course, people settle and they become different, but not everybody. Some people get into some part of their life and they just sort of stick there. And then when things change around them, they're like, oh, things aren't the same way they used to be. Yeah. That should always be the case. None of us, we don't live in a static world.
I'm counting on.
Yeah. Same here. I need everything to change because nothing's ever comfortable.
Yeah. Love this though. It's a or just like this space and see it through the eyes of lenses too. Like as so foundational for me, and setting that tone of like not treating Portland like another, you know, stop on the way to something. I think the last 2 times I lived here, you know, I had every intention of staying in Portland. Like it wasn't like always to, oh, you know, this is until I find the better place or something. So it's no wonder why I've moved back 3rd time for another go at maybe hanging out here for longer than I mean to or not. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, and then like using, like capturing even like audio, cassette audio tape, desk tape, silence of night in an old house, and like, I don't know. I feel more entwined with structure. But it's also because I'm in and it's bigger than last place. Lower level Seattle thing. Squeezed every like magic out of every corner of that place. And here it's like we get to rest on, even though I have every like inclination to make it useful with something. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful space. Like I love all these windows. It's
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm with you. It's I love it. I actually have one of those.
Pikachu poster.
It's like I don't have a Pikachu poster.
Pikachu poster.
I have a the Bugs Bunny lady poster.
Okay.
Oh.
Lola Bunny, I have her autographed poster.
Wow.
Autographed by the real Lola Bunny?
Yeah, from Sports Illustrated edition.
Is this like a furry thing?
It's the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, Lola Bunny from Looney Tunes.
Everything
autographed.
That definitely sounds like a furry thing.
What's a furry? What are you talking about?
Sorry.
But yeah, like I think I see that too. I've always been punching against and I think it burned out the whole like minimalism chic, you know, and that like, it's not even brutalist, because brutalist has some like imperative behind it. So does minimalism, you know, in some regards. But the way that like it was co-opted by conglomerates and structures and cities and like, everything being of that design is punching against that. So I have every need to like higher the saturation on everything and like color clash, you know. But you've been at the same spot here for just as long too, right?
Yeah. I that was never my intent. But yeah, I ended up been in the same spot for well over a decade. That's weird. Feels weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that about a place the last time. There was some place where I hit it was like 5 years. Whoa! Like my
Yeah.
entire life, I never.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I certainly,
Yeah.
like I think my family lived in like 2 different houses when I was a kid. So yeah, this is non-kid.
Yeah.
Buddies is watching. They're not on just some feedback about the audio. Helpful.
Huh. Are there any more? Oh, yeah, another thing I wanted to add about the meditation. So, person who mentioned it on YouTube was talking about how meditation helped them, like a BPD diagnosis. And one of the things I think about a lot with meditation and how it's such a skill is that I think it helps us learn how our own thoughts work, right? So like we learn how to like observe our own mind, our own method of thinking, and in certain types of magical practice or occult practice, having that kind of awareness or familiarity, inner workings of it is like uh, uh, paramount.
Mhm.
Is that the right way to use
Yeah,
that word?
absolutely.
I just,
Yeah.
it's like,
Imperative.
what's
Yeah,
a
totally.
good,
Yeah.
giant media company that would work well here?
Yeah. The one
It's
that's-
very Disney.
The one that is kind of that is like the sorry.
Yeah,
that is that whole like business maneuver. So like Greek tragedy, like weird myth of the conglomero with the like devil speak in their ear, is taking over the one of the last vestiges of. Well, it's just very weird to like watch the psychodrama of corporate America,
Yeah.
and we're all just
Dude,
like.
And the fucking political sphere.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
these
mean.
Clowns.
It's
these
the same.
fucking clowns.
Yeah,
like,
fucking
it's insane. Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah.
It literally is. Like now, it's definitely, especially with the whole because Paramount, but like that's what I'm saying. That's what we were saying in the beginning. I don't think you guys were here for that, but we were talking about the astrological kind of aspects, while all of this like total civil unrest, like the most unimaginable fucking revelations happening about the people that are in power. The most like tragic, dark, dour, craziest fucking shit you've ever heard. It would drive anyone like into a warmongering person, or you know what I mean, to fight against, or it would make any sane person a revolutionary. But here in America, like it's just compounded to like the extreme so much, and at such an intrinsic level. It's like what Mark Fisher was saying about hauntology, and like the idea of like capitalism. We can't fathom a future without capitalism. That's how like intrinsically tied, and like in that way. And there's like
Well, and
such
how much of this is like some type of form of like glamour magic
Yeah,
being cast
yeah,
on
yeah,
us,
yeah.
right? And like, this is something that we've been talking a lot about in my community as well. Like, we've even done some like pop culture magic surrounding the John Carpenter film They Live,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, with the glasses and stuff like that. And really kind of trying to take a look at that in a new way. Because you're right, like if we have to be able to imagine something before we can create it. I mean, that even shows up in like the Q Kabbalah stuff, which is kind of like Neoplatonism, right? Like you have to imagine the thing in one realm before it can come down to Earth. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's,
totally.
That's definitely not just the Q Kabbalah. That's all of them. And that definitely comes from Neoplatonism.
Yeah,
for sure.
I wasn't sure how much
English
the K
Yeah.
Kabbalah had to do with Neoplatonism, though. So
Oh yeah, the K Kabbalah is.
I feel like it's its own thing. So
It is, but it is entirely its own thing because of Neoplatonism.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Neoplatonism came before it.
okay.
Yeah. Fuck
Anybody
everything.
say that.
I'm not that educated on this little corner of things. So okay.
But yeah, yeah, I just checked the stream. Those mics are working perfectly. I'll have to reboot this so that my new additions and channels and stuff would take. That's just how OBS operates.
What happens if you reboot your computer in the middle
During
of the stream?
Well, technically, I have both right now.
Oh, so the other computer might take over.
Yeah, and that's a that's a bargain that I'm not entirely willing to take. Like,
You don't think that's a safe
it's
option?
fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see what happens.
I want to
because
see what happens
It
too.
seems like both are fighting for stream supremacy.
So if there comes a time when we do decide to go downstairs and screw around with the stuff down there, then that would be a time.
Exactly.
So I do have a live stream story to tell you. Recently, so on God, I don't remember when it was. It was sometime in December. I did a live stream for our annual the Arnemancy annual forecast where I have Susie Chang and Andrew Watt, and we do tarot and astrology for the new year. And a buddy of mine, Jake, Dream Jeep Jake.
Dream Jeep Jake.
Yeah, you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you met him too. You met Jake. You met Jake and Trey.
And they've got the
Cosmick Plumbing.
the
Cosmic Plumbing.
Yeah.
So Jake of Cosmic Plumbing, he saw I was doing this and he's like, "Hey, could I produce for you?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I was using Riverside, which is kind of like StreamYard or has similar features, and I added him as a producer, and he got on there and he managed audio levels and camera stuff, and he like watched everything and made sure everything was working. He managed all of the audience and like took audience questions and stuff. It was incredible.
That sounds
how
so nice. Yeah.
nice it was. It was just like, oh, I loved it. It made everything so easy. Because one of the things that I've noticed when I'm doing those sorts of things is I get so distracted by all the tech stuff that I just do the most terrible job in the world asking questions. So that was really amazing. And then another one more thing that I have done. So like when Alex and I do our Halloween live streams, we do one mic only.
Smart.
So I use a single shotgun mic and I just aim it straight at us, and we're both just sitting there. And that worked really well, you know. But Alex and I, because we're about the same. I'm way louder than Alex, but I think it works pretty well.
You can get away with so little.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. It's like I never want like the technology to look like, hey, look what I got, kind of a situation. Like that was a long, hard road. Was like finding the pragmatic things. Like I don't need to keep adding channels. I don't need like downstairs. Getting the HDMI splitter, well, and you'll see downstairs, I need everything that I'm working with.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my stuff too.
No, I mean like literally when we're like
just giving you a hard
live
time.
manipulation. Yeah. But that's just how it goes. And like to be from the ramshackle degree that I am, like I was just squeezing so much out of dead tech, and it was just expounding my multiplying the hours needed for post-production to clean things, to fix things, or to, you also couldn't, it was like a Daredevil, like, or stuntman kind of, you couldn't put a safe bet on like these combustible things like live streams, like being fluid, right? It was like, I don't know how this computer is going to handle this, or I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So like, I don't know. I see all of this parallel with me and this larger working about, vocational kind of experience, and like not only like what are you good at? It's like the ikigai. Have you ever heard that Japanese term?
Yeah. What are you good at? Like, what can you make money from? And then like, there's another thing that's like, what does it like bring you joy or something like that?
It's like there's four. It's like 4 quadrants. And you use it to kind of whittle and like delineate a focus. And the history with me in this, and it goes back. Zara, what are you doing back there, buddy? Crazy dog, digging in cassettes. Is that I was always
I was never able to choose one. And like it became a sort of thing in my life like that I was going to prove to authority figures that I didn't need one focus. Just give me extra time and I could do them both, you know, kind of a thing. And like parallel or like concurrent to this, I'm seeing like all of those projects that focus, you know, putting out music for 20 years now. Like that's insane.
That is crazy.
Next in September it'll be 20 years since the first proper Dakota Slim album. And not the ones
No.
I released and made in, you know, high school and stuff. I'm talking like the actual like proper.
Which one was that? What was that?
The
one called?
Hymns of Dakota Slim.
Oh, I don't think I ever listened to that one. I think the first
Yeah.
one I had was the Cactus.
Oh, Cactus Crown. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was the rebirth,
I
basically.
I love that album.
Yeah, thank you. That's like we got more of that stuff coming. But anyways, just that knowledge of like if I just it sounded like it.
Yeah.
I hope so. I haven't had a good thunderstorm since I moved here.
They don't
Yeah, they
we
don't-
don't
They don't
do
come,
yeah.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
from the desert, so I too am
Yeah,
like
I used to work a lot
Yeah.
with the thunder, like the storm energy and stuff, and I've really had to recalibrate to work with the currents that are here. And it's
Mhm.
been a little bit of a road to walk. So yeah.
yeah,
It's
some
been
weather
wet.
magic.
Yeah, and cold too. Like yeah, it's colder
Although
here.
not that cold.
Yeah, it's true. It was a mild winter.
But yeah, what I was saying earlier about like all of this like whittling down this like, you know, telling folks that, you know, if I just survive, all of these different things are gonna finally find their nexus point. And I'll be like good enough to be as communicative as I need to be through all of these mediums. Like, and they'll all happen at the same time. And it is feeling like those things are starting to be parallel. Like, you know, I think I got a show, performing a show with some bands at the end of May, you know, and like that, just that other aspect was like, oh yeah, there's a whole performance, like vocational attitude I have with, you know what I mean? There's just like all of these awesome avenues that, creative avenues that take a person an entire life to like master, but takes just enough, but as you know, as long to like get good enough for you, you know, and like to do all of them. So I've recently I just treated like the live streaming aspect as like just another arm of the broadcast, you know, just the just another way to art barf, you know, into the stratosphere. But to do it in such a way that like I'll be handy capable as well of handling like in-depth good interviews and like that journalistic side that I've been, you know, longing to wet again since my article writing days, or even since early PRAGMAGICK. But anyways, all of these aspects seem to be kind of coalescing now.
I just had an image of you with one of those press.
The
tickets
press,
stuck in your
yeah.
hat.
Yeah, I still try to use that
Yeah.
to get into no. Damn, I'm glad my self-editing is good right now. That was that's the other thing they don't tell you, folks, is that you are accountable for everything that comes out of your mouth on the internet. And don't look me up. No.
Don't-
Don't at me.
No, I can actually safely say, dude, like, you know, it's weird that. Oh shit! I think I muted. Did I mute?
Did you
Nope,
mute
it's okay. There's a little mute button at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But I think to still be performing the music, to have that cachet, you know, still kind of setting and you know, going back too easily, like that's a testament to something. Like I think a lot of my friends in that are either, you know, family men with corporate jobs now, or, you know, in some wildly different aesthetic, you know, 20-year.
You should have told me about the
Oh,
button.
you're making noise.
I had to press it.
Yeah.
I'm back now.
Oh, were you muted?
I was for a second.
Was that what your friend was saying?
No,
No.
you
Oh.
mentioned the mute button, and because you had mentioned a
Oh.
button, I automatically had to press it right away. So.
Well, as we found out from the
So
CW.
never tell Lexi about the background button that she shouldn't press.
Oh,
tried to- oh, so she is muted now.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no, that was me.
Maybe I should hold the mic.
Professional
Yeah,
podcasting here.
So I mean, that just goes to show it's like, but that kind of experiential knowledge, like, how do you fucking teach somebody? Like, I work in live event technology and all of that, so I know this. I know all of this from a very professional, like, standard quality. You know what I mean? Like grade or whatever. And it's like no one in that industry is that's good at it is young. Like no one in that industry is like has a clean record or like is like these things. You have to be such a like a mistake smith.
Yeah.
Or like you
Yeah,
know,
you never really learn all the stuff that works until you learn how it breaks.
yes, yeah.
Or just like the old cliche, like you don't know how to ride a horse until you've fallen off 11 times or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like.
yeah.
So now how do we translate that to the know the rules and then break them?
Oh, I have a way.
Yeah.
Well, I think that first of all, you need to understand how the technology works before you can understand how to get creative with it. Otherwise, you're just going to break your technology.
Well, I see what you mean.
Right?
Or like, understand how the technology.
You're going to put phantom voltage through all these mics that don't need it, and you're just going to fuzz them out.
Yeah.
You're gonna blow out your speakers, and you're gonna drop your electric guitar in a bath,
I mean,
or you're
sure,
gonna do
you
something
could.
stupid.
Well, honestly, maybe it would be smart to like define our terms here, right? Because like, what do we actually mean by like rules? Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of different, like when it comes to magic, perhaps, right? Like, there's all kinds of different systems or paradigms, and within those containers, there are, right and wrong ways based on the rules of that thing. But that's not necessarily like right in general, right?
Yeah.
Like.
Which I guess I was gonna say more in the art sense, but that's like analogous for sure. Like it's a 1-1 thing. Because who was it? Was it at my birthday? We were talking with Greg, my friend Rune. Feather and a half. Yeah.
Shout out to Rune.
I think we were on the not opposing sides, but I think he thought I was extremely like against traditional musical lessons.
Yeah,
or
I had
whatever.
asked like, hey, I want to learn, just some basics of guitar soon, and like, picking people's brains for like, oh, where would you start? And Keats and Rune had very different ideas, and that was actually really helpful for me.
Yeah,
So
and
where-
but at the end of the day, my idea, like I don't have the idea until I do it. Like all of this pontificating and philosophizing, and preaching and proselytizing. But I think that's the back end. It's like people in this sort of industry, people that's analogous in the sense of like, kind of dangerous. What do you call it? Level testers or you know what I'm talking about, like pushing boundary testers.
pushers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
The people who generate disruptions.
like true, disruption generators. But I think truly just coming at it that in that sense is just like really fulfilling to me. It's very analogous to like art and everything, especially in AV live streaming. It's like all of this shit is like real cute and fun to talk about, but only if you're doing it. Like, and by doing it, I mean not like, crafting in your notebook. Oh God, I keep hitting the mute button accident. You keep crafting. I just did it quickly. It was fine.
You were doing much better with the human mic stand.
I know, but if you like craft it in your notebook and are obsessing over starting it, right?
Right.
Like, this is like, I mean, the pretty much the history of everything that is me has just been me going, fuck it, let's do it. Like everything. If I think about it, yeah.
Same here. I think,
too.
I mean, I could talk about the music thing again, because when it comes to like recording and producing any sort of music, I'm very new at it. And I really had to get to a point where I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to record some stuff.
Yeah.
Because
exactly,
I
yeah.
love learning the rules of music theory.
Yeah.
But the more you get into it, the more difficult it is to actually put any of it into practice. And the more it just turns into this like rules paralysis. Where I'll be like, oh man, I really want to learn how to play this like weird ass chord and actually use it in something. But you know what? If I spend 10 years learning how to do that, I'm never going to make the song that's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but I mean, magic's the same way. There's way too much stuff for any one person to ever read before they get started. You have to just like get in there, and you have to screw things up.
Yeah.
Like, think of every old magician you've met. Half of them are friggin' insane.
Yes.
And the other half are also insane.
There are. And this is a good thing to talk. We should put a pin in this to talk about it more whenever new topic arises. But like those kind of archetypes of like, what is successful magic? Who is a successful educator within the magical realm? Like, do you relate their personal life and the goings on with them as a as any sort of like correlation to their teaching or their practicing?
Yeah, do we separate the art
their-
and the artist or whatever? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Spoiler alert, I don't, and I think it's impossible.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. But that said, it's like really hard. It's really funny to when people ask me like, oh, are there like people that got you into like, you have any magical like heroes? And I'm just like, I mean, I don't have heroes really of anyone. I have people that I respect, or admire, and I enjoy most of their work. But as far as magic people living right now, probably way no. No, just kidding.
Fuck everyone.
I'm just kidding. But it's like it's very few, and together those people that I would hold in that esteem, do share commonalities with things. And I was wondering, like, if you guys have, what has been your, especially as podcasters now, and like having that medium to chat and introduce yourself to people. And
when it comes to podcasting, actually, I think both of you have been inspirations for me.
Oh.
So like it's kind of cool to be sitting here with the two of you now, just sort of looking back and sort of reflecting on, because after you asked that question, I was thinking back about my aspirations. I wanted to make an occult podcast for a long time, and I never like thought that would ever happen. And then when the pandemic arrived and situations changed, it seemed like the most logical. No, it seemed like
do that.
It seemed like the most logical thing to do.
He keeps
at
hitting
the
the
time.
mute on
And
his
so,
microphone.
but yeah, there's been a lot of I mean, I've always been a fan of like audio storytelling and stuff like that, and so podcasting has always been something that while it's still new, it's always been something that like I appreciated as a sort of like continuation of that like sort of talk radio space, and a much more like democratized version of it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to like art and magic and stuff, like there's a lot of people who I know who I like learned from every day. Like I feel like every time I like talk with people about magic, I learn something from that experience, like, as peers and stuff. But like I guess when I think about like my big magical like teachers and stuff, a lot of them are sort of past. Like, I think Spare is big for both of us, and obviously a very popular artist and magician for so many people. Yeah.
But like, have you noticed any of the ones that may be living now? Have you noticed any kind of tethers, between them? Like, is there material success in there? Is there like, have you noticed things like that with? And I guess I would probably address it to. This is kind of a long-winded question that we all already know the answer to. I'm just thinking more of like elemental stuff, but like the really profound magicer, probably isn't professing as such, and of course wouldn't probably come across as someone successful in business or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I think people that like need to like put on a big show about it, I wouldn't necessarily like be as inclined to be like, well, they're I mean, it really depends on like what paradigm you're working in and stuff too. But I think like for me, when I look at, you know, magicians who have done a lot and have been successful in their lives, a big component of that for me is how well, you've touched on this a little bit already, Keats, but like how well they've been able to like stay grounded and not get like lost in the sauce, or like get a huge ego and get lost up their own asshole, or like, you know, things like that. And so I think that is a, because all of those things are pitfalls that, you know, one has to kind of look out for and avoid on the magical
And I was
path.
going to say,
so, yeah.
and those pitfalls to me are so glaringly obvious of someone like having adverse effects of their practice. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, you can almost like smell the vibes.
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
it's like, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of my stuff is like energy
Oh, I like
vibes and
that.
stuff. So like
Yeah.
you can almost smell it coming off of them.
For
So,
sure.
yeah.
And I think that's what, that's what it is. It's like these people that profess, they've studied for, so they've, you know, done all these things, they've taught in all these things, they've been a part of all these communities, and they've built their own, and come to them, they're the only source that really knows what's going on, because they've got the understanding, and you know, they've been there, and it should have been me. I need to have more respect because I'm, you know what I mean, those types, like the really ego inflated, you know, barkers. Like, to me, that would be so, for someone to have said they have read and imbibed and even, you know, discuss and, you know, truly like work in Congress with a lot of the things they're talking about, that they wouldn't have the self-actualization enough to realize like how negative, like, or like it doesn't look like you're not attributing, not that I have like the attributes on a list, but it's revealing a sort as like the there's negativity more than there's positivity coming from your stasis and what you're doing. And this like huge, you know, successful, brilliant, blah blah blah, I'm the best kind of energy would be the markings of like the last person you'd want to take magical classes from.
Yeah. I mean, some people are looking to sort of have that social this is something I've come to learn through doing the work that I do, but some people are looking to have that type of social experience where they want some big authority figure to like tell them what to do, and that's part of like what they're looking for. And like I would always like advocate that people, like, if that's what's happening, like be able to recognize that and find like a safe and consensual outlet for that for yourself, rather than having it out there and floating around and stuff. And like, yeah.
But have you guys, I'm sure, obviously, I mean, it's not like it's a huge fucking environment, you know, the occultnic world or whatever, but
I think
it's pretty big. It's way bigger than we think it is.
oh, for sure. Yeah. I just mean like we're probably familiar with this.
And I think that we could extrapolate this into other topics, not just occultism. Like, you know, any expertise, I think there, you know, depending on the field, obviously. But I think this is obviously.
I would be the first in line to someone that says, you know, I build the best 1997 Jeep Cherokees or something, right?
Well, yeah.
And and they're the biggest asshole, or they're the best mechanic, right? Or the best whatever. It's like
they're the best Chevy mechanic or whatever. Yeah.
A tradesman having the air about them that they'll kick your ass if you think anything negative about them, and their ego so through the roof or whatever. Like, I'll still pay for their services. Like, their ego doesn't mean anything in this regard. But to take classes that you know, are supposed to enliven and enrich, you know, the individuation process, and you know,
well, if the service necessitates you spending time with them as a person, then that's a different story, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a good point, because you know, like if you hire the best concrete pourer in the state to, you know, redo your driveway or something, he or she might be like also the largest asshole in the state, but you're not going to be out there pouring concrete with them, so it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, but if you're, you know, learning some interpersonal skill,
or even baking bread or something.
If you're learning how to bake bread, you don't want your teacher to be an asshole.
But
or
also,
a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and it's like, but also them, like the concrete person or whatever, them being an asshole, wouldn't ever interfere with their like success in their job.
I don't know.
You
It
know?
might.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I guess you
Yeah.
could argue. You talk to people all day.
Yeah,
right?
they might have they might have difficulty getting help.
But what I'm trying to say is, like,
Subcontractors.
there is. I believe. I don't know. This is something I haven't written down. There's not like a formulation. I don't have like a credo or something. But I would infer that for me, a spiritual educator would not have those traits that I would go to.
Well, I would
hope
you
so.
would hope
Yeah.
that part of the spiritual practice is like getting rid of those kind of things that we
Right.
maybe don't desire
Those
that
are
much.
very
you know, like-
obvious things that
yeah.
we're trying to get rid of. So it's just, that's what I mean. So I guess to circle back to like what we're talking about is like the them exhibiting the very glaringly obvious things that you would hope that you're entering these currents and stuff to get rid of, or to
Yeah.
like go past, or to work through, you know.
I think we're touching on something that I would add as another critical component for new magical users. And this is kind of a little bit counterintuitive, but I would say critical thinking skills are so
Yeah.
helpful for the new magical practitioner, or the old one, or any of us in general. But being able to like recognize those types of traits in a person or in a teacher, being able to tell what a reputable source versus like maybe something that was like created on ChatGPT or something would be, you know, like those types of skills, I think, especially in the trickster age of Mercury, are going
We're
to be
gonna
so
actually
important,
have to
you know?
train a vocation probably of AI identifiers.
Probably. Yeah, that's
probably going to be a real.
We live in the bad future.
Yeah, I would love that job. Just walk clanker. You know,
It's getting tougher and tougher. But
out
you
there
know,
in the
yeah,
clanker world.
it is.
I feel
It's so
weird
tough for a
saying that
clanker
word.
to get by these
Yeah.
days.
I know that supposedly the joke is that word is synonymous with, you know, any other racial epithet or something with AI, and just knowing that's the joke, like I still can't. It's still hard to say that word.
I mean, it comes from Star Wars.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I always just think of the clones saying it in their weird
Nerf
New
herder,
Zealand accent.
clanker.
They're
Yeah.
clankers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like a slur for robots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, and like that's what I mean, because it's a joke. It's gonna slur for robots. It's not really. I don't think any. It's never been used legitimately. I think legitimate.
It's never been like used to like
in a hate crime.
yeah, and okay.
I mean, how would it? Yeah. That's
Hate crimes of the future.
Yeah.
hate crimes of the
And
future.
I just want to think, even though it hasn't been used in a hate crime yet, I still feel bad using it and saying it. So I would never use it in a hate crime. That's all.
I honestly think this might be the first time I've said it out loud, referring to AI stuff, but I've definitely quoted Star Wars before and said things about clankers.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in nigh on 20 years.
So you haven't been keeping up with the Star Wars
I-
cartoons? There
I
are so
have
many of them.
not,
They're really
no.
good.
It's just that the extended universe is too much for me.
I mean, we've already got one
Avalanche
extended
of- yeah.
universe. Oh, do we have more questions from the
I
audience?
actually have some more comments. So I'm not gonna hit the.
Oh, you know
thank
what?
you.
I'll give you this one because I need to take a little
Oh, yeah.
step over there.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna add.
Who has a question for me?
Oh, yeah.
Eric. Eric is good at answering questions. I can do math questions, history questions.
So I was just gonna read some from Jilly. She was
Okay.
just chatting in there, and Jilly says, "I feel like you have to have integrity, and there's just some basic principles. I feel like people should follow, and then after that, whatever works for that person is the way they should go." For sure.
Mhm.
I mean, it's unfortunate that the true answer to most things is extremely nuanced, and the things that sell and make money move in this world are absolutes.
You know,
Or promises
that
of
question
absolutes.
that question of integrity, I think, is really important. One of the things that, or actually, you know, a lot of the traditions that I focus on when I'm sort of like learning and teaching things have sort of like the practice of like virtue or ethics kind of at their core.
Oh yeah,
And that's something that I've like really latched onto for the last couple of decades as like an essential part of magical practice. I would put it up there, like maybe right around meditation. you
Yeah.
know, is learning
decorum.
or like?
No, I would say it's
wait,
more than
I know
that.
you're talking deeper ethics.
I would
yeah.
say it's virtue.
Virtue.
Or like
yeah.
it's the ability to recognize what you believe is good and right action and trying to do good and right action.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think that I myself am not necessarily always really good at, but I try to be.
I think that's
I
the
strive
human.
for it.
Yeah, the human purpose in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
And we see that emphasized in a lot of older texts, especially that talk about like you can't do this stuff unless you try to be good.
Yeah.
But there
You
are just as
shouldn't,
many
yeah.
older texts that say just the opposite. So but for me, I think it's really important. I mean, the question of like teacher, like I have had a fairly prominent teacher in the past who is a pretty big name in the occult community who ended up having a lot of really questionable political views that I absolutely do not endorse or agree with. I'm not gonna say their name.
No, of course not.
Um,
yeah. This isn't. Yeah, this
yeah.
wasn't a means to mark
But
anyone. But
yeah, I mean, I worry about that too. That's actually something that I stress out about a lot with the podcast because I'm always just so worried that I'm gonna accidentally have somebody on who ends up being a bad person.
But here's the other thing though too, and this thing I'm always annoyed about. Like, I think in the long history of documented and then publish shit on the internet, like you could find something that's questionable about everyone, and then you have like people with legitimate things to answer for, right? And I do feel like there's variables, or maybe there's like a rubric, but those people should be more than allowed to like come back or be on a platform without the host, having to undertake or take on their,
Yeah. I wish there was more of a path of redemption for people who ended up with bad missteps. Too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be nice to see, but I don't know how we do that.
Well, I mean, part of it is allowing those people to maybe a platform to state their case and go from there or
You mean
something.
like,
If this
a
is
court?
all no court, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
no, I'm saying like
it's funny 'cause we call
not
it the court
allowing
of
them
public
on
opinion.
not allowing them on podcasts because it might get a little dicey dramatically. I see that all the time in the occult.
It's a sticky situation, right? Because like on one hand you don't you want to, so take Joe Rogan for instance, right? Like I know a collective, right? Yeah, I never heard of the guy, but I mean, like, just giving a platform to whoever the fuck and just like sitting there and smoking weed and uncritically absorbing and riffing for 3 hours
And making
just
hundreds of millions of dollars doing
I think
it.
that like that has had a huge impact on our culture, and I don't think it's been a fucking good one. And I think
No,
that
it's been a
his
terrible one.
complete lack of accountability, I think, it's really I consider it a fucking abuse of his power.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Like,
I'm bet this is so funny that when I talk about broadcasting, even in my mind's eye, like he didn't even enter the picture. I was thinking like on our level and like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forget that there's these, that people still are attuned to these mega mind monoculture
yeah,
fucking
it's so, I mean, like there's
people,
been
yeah.
so many people like during Me Too, like dudes who got fired from jobs only to be like rehired at like conservative jobs. Like it was basically like a recommendation if you got fired for like being a sex pest. You get swooped up by one of these like right-wing conglomerates that are, you were talking about the media condensing earlier and like
monopolizing.
That's sort of like what we're experiencing right now.
Yeah, in a way, but it's like but the real dark star about it all is like we can all choose to not subscribe to stupid fucking
It's true.
streaming platforms.
We don't have computer chips in our brains
Exactly.
yet that tunnel it right in there.
Yeah, but it's like
they're working on it.
The problem is like how far, if like you're gonna do that, like what's really gonna get shit to move is once we start in understanding how intrinsic our everyday things are, like backed by these companies. And like I mean Amazon's the most obvious, like what the sheer amount of like comfortability and
fake necessity they've provided us with, like, not being able to fathom not getting a specific style of stapler in my mailbox in 10 hours. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like, and like those sort of intrinsic kind of processes that I think are, it's like that, those are the building blocks of the real dark shit that's coming when they start to, keep things away, and then we have to pay more for them, kind of a thing. Because there's always that turn, there's always that villain turn. And there is with Joe Rogan, we're seeing it now, where it's like you can't. There's there's absolutely no purpose in the world for you, to like have to feel, or like to feel like you owe anybody anything, and still you make these decisions that is almost like baiting. Like, you have to be consciously baiting that, like, you're screwing with like a sort of kind of equilibrium and political standards or whatever. Like, the fact that they didn't think that Trump on his podcast helped sway that election is insane. Of course it did. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, they all think they're just like boys on the block, just shooting shit.
Yeah,
And it's
well,
like,
it's
you
because
are
they
all
don't-
multi-millionaire
Yeah.
millionaire idiots. Like, there's nothing relatable to you at all from any of us. I mean, except for Archery and him. And Terrence McKenna, maybe. But like,
there's a lot of people that like are really into it and look at this dude and like look at him as like a fucking role model and shit. And like, yeah.
I just say, it's like the one thing that I hated mostly, I think, is this like class tourism that millionaires partake in all the time, because they feel guilty having more money than they'll ever see in their lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As they should.
Easy way to fucking remedy that would be just give it the fuck away, right?
And it's like not asking for handouts, but asking, as somebody who, spent the past decade of their life building like a way for me to survive through art and things that I'm good at, and to have the government deplete shit from me because I'm now like the smallest inch above a bracket I was when I was starving. You know what I mean? And the fact that they are not paying anything,
I feel
alone would make me go throw rocks at a
Yeah, we should get rid of the brackets and go to percentage.
Something.
Yes, sir.
You
Oh,
said-
sorry.
You said a minute ago. This is something. Okay, so a while back, you mentioned really briefly that like we have a difficult time like envisioning a world beyond capitalism. I do think that's something that we need to like start trying to envision. So when you hear yourself saying things like "I'm not asking for handouts," that's a horrible thing to put into your head or into the world. Take handouts. Like if we want, they take them all the time. Like billionaires are billionaires because of all the handouts.
They worked for their money?
Yeah, they didn't work for their money. Why do we have to?
Yeah.
But I think like the idea that like handouts somehow bring dishonor is a terrible idea to have in our minds. Like take as many handouts as you can get and give things away to other people. Like that's how you defeat capitalism, is you don't buy into it.
Yeah, you just run it dry.
Yeah.
It's excesses, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I simplified it way too much. That's not the only way to do it. You still have to do things like pay rent and buy food and all those horrible things. But like, I mean, especially for people who want to make a living doing art and stuff like that, like,
Yeah.
The thing that sucks about it is like so many people who are really, really skilled, talented artists don't actually make profit off of their art. Their art ends up being traded as a commodity amongst billionaire classes and
Fed to an algorithm.
Fed to an algorithm or used as part of an investment portfolio, and it's no longer ours. So take as many handouts as you can get. I hope that somebody drops off $3 million in a briefcase on your doorstep tomorrow or today,
Right
then
now.
you can then we can each get $1 million. Here.
Hell yeah! I knew us three together would cause some ruckus. What I'll do is I'll just catch up with chat just a little bit, then we'll have like an intermission, and then we can
Basement time.
goof off in the basement doing some fun stuff. That sounded weird. It's not. It's much cooler. Let's see. Jilly says good night. All right, my friends. Much love to all, but I need to drop for a few. I need to get up and eat, and I'll check back in and see if you guys are still alive. Yeah, thank you so much, Jilly. That was great.
Thank you for the reading. I really appreciate it.
For the reading, for putting up with all that crazy. Big thanks to Leo too, and big shout out to Eric Millard, dude. I know you're probably grumpy right now because you couldn't be a part of this, but you know me, out of anybody's got your back to give a redo on this, so no worries, man. And you're a father, you're a hardworking artist yourself, and so we'll get you back. We'll try it again soon.
Yeah, and if you're ever down in Portland, looking forward to hopefully meeting you in person sometime.
Yeah, he's close. He should come in soon. One of these days we should. Yeah, we gotta line that up. X10 says bad can be a bit subjective in a public forum, especially in this Me Too world. Well said, Keats. Second chance should always be a pathway to redemption. I mean, yeah, it's a pathway, but it's the beginning of the pathway, right?
I think the first part of redemption, so that you have to have the pathway. Oh, it is. But you also, people have to be able to like learn from a mistake and take accountability in order to like. I feel like. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think the reason why I brought up all of that stuff was that as you know, podcasters or as like hosts in your own right, coming across anybody with any kind of blowback for somebody's views that you had on that you didn't know had those views, or like, you know what I mean? I think the stuff that annoys me the most is like us being arbiters of like every facet of the person sitting across from us, you know? So,
well, I mean, so it really just depends, right? Like I obviously like try to do some due diligence of like, if I want to have somebody on the show, I'll like look through some of their social media, I'll see what they're saying, I'll like see what they seem to be like interested in and look for glaring red flags, I might search their name to see if some kind of controversy comes up or whatever. But there have been people who I have had on the show who I sort of ended up like getting to know later, and who ended up, not some people, a lot of people I ended up getting to know, and they were super fucking chill and we're still friends. Yeah. But there's a couple people
Few bad apples
who I, got to know a little bit better, and it sort of came to light that maybe they weren't the kind of people who I wanted my hard work to be giving a platform to.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's totally fair and valid. Yeah, fortunately, I haven't really run into that. There was I've had, like, maybe there's just relationships with past guests that meeting them, like, there just wasn't, like, we weren't, it was very much, we wouldn't be friends in real, you know what I mean?
And that's okay.
Yeah,
like, you don't
exactly.
have to be like friends with everybody you interview, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's like the only thing. And I've always kept like the big ethos with PRAGMAGICK was I would never take solicitors. Everyone I had on would be because I was like, they created something that I was at that time like moved by, or like responded to. So I already had a connection with them. But then there were some folks that I'd have on because of that connection I had. Is such a minute thing in their entire existence of being on this earth, right? Like some shit will come up that they did in the past or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I guess we do we should do our due diligence to look that stuff up. And the one guy I'm thinking of, I know he did have views that I actually brought up, and we addressed like face to face on the show and whatnot. I guess it's the other way to deal with it. It's just like actually
actually address it and say like, hey, why did you reference Julia Savola in your book about chaos magic or whatever, right? Like,
Wow, the tides have turned on that one, huh? Now Nick Land is on fucking Tucker Carlson, and all hell is breaking loose. I remember.
Deep sighs.
I remember a darling of the occult world, on the eve of the publishing their first big Aleister
Oh.
Crowley book,
Yes.
and getting canceled for citing Nick Land.
Oh no, Nick Land. Oh,
For citing Nick Land, or like
I don't think I know who Nick Land is.
Nick Land is he's a very controversial philosopher.
Yeah, he's
quote,
like
unquote.
it's like one of these like the new like NU
Yeah.
intellectual.
Well, he was an early
like new metal, but new intellectual.
Well, he was actually part of the CCRU with Mark Fisher and them doing like really crazy, like really interesting. Like there's no good or bad. It's like these are thoughts and philosophies, right? Like it's just kind of these weird ideas, all amphetamines up, late 90s cyberpunk kind of shit. But anyways, he's always been kind of this funny boogeyman, like in the background. And I just remember people, someone prominent. I actually haven't heard from them in a long time. I don't even know if they still do anything in the occult world, but getting straight up canceled because of their. I don't even think it was like a direct association. It was like they had maybe lauded or mentioned, because Nick Land was like, I guess, that much of a boogeyman back then. And so imagine how funny it is to see Tucker Carlson hold up the pneumogram. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, what's happening is a fast descent into fascism is what's fucking happening.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, like, no one's no one's at the wheel knowing what the fuck they're doing. That's the funniest part. It's like, yes, the ideas he espouses, like especially the accelerationism and like, we're all just meat soup.
Yeah, this is why the far right really glommed on him. And
exactly.
I don't know if Nick Land actually ever identified as that politically though.
No.
Because but unlike Julius Evola, who did, he identified not just as a fascist, but as what he called a super fascist.
Yeah.
Because he said it wasn't just enough that you were racially pure, you should also be spiritually pure.
Right. But then again, Evola, this was when, Mussolini was
it was very fashionable.
Yeah, fashionable. Yeah, but sorry, that was too easy. That was too easy. But the funny thing with
it's like a fashion bash.
Nick Land, because it's so weird though. It's like Nick Land feeds the old satanic panic story, because it's like, oh, these occultists summoning demons in tech and AI, and have you noticed that circuit boards look like sigils? Like just like shit we talked about 30 fucking years ago. It's funny that it's coming to the surface now. But anyways,
and like in the most like degraded
banal
form.
Yeah. And like but the funny thing with Nick Land is like he seems like this witless, like proper English dude that just gets caught in people's stowaway boats on different things. Like he pops up on like streams answering for something he wrote 20 years ago, getting mainstream attention as like antichrist kind of stuff or whatever. But his whole thing was always like it makes sense that the right wing gloms onto him, because they're all doomsday seeking machines. Like his whole thing was that the human race shouldn't continue. Like I don't even think he was positive, if there are positivities, in the aspect of like transhumanism, where it wasn't like evolution. It's just like, well, we should stop, like and of course right-wing eschatological, eschatology, like
wouldn't it like a shorter road be for that dude to just commit suicide?
Yeah, but even his, like, again, these are musings, meanderings. Like he's an academic philosopher. They get paid to just think out loud,
It's true. Yeah.
And that's what's insane to me is now, like, it was always funny to me that he was a boogeyman. Not so much in the sense that it was like spooky. It was like he's literally doing his station in life, which is to kind of conjure up the craziest shit that you know, maybe make some semblance of interest and connectivity in the world. That's like what, like, honestly, what we're all doing. But like him as a philosopher, that was like his station. So to like automatically think that he's showing up to KKK part, or like going up to, you know, the AI, some AI god, and like it's like, no, it's he's not. Like it's just got so comic book villainy, like of how we see the world and these characters. Like, you have that thought, then you must be that, you know what I mean? And anyways, yeah, the Nick Land of it all is just really, really amusing
I
to
had
me.
no idea we were going to talk.
I know, sorry.
I actually would have prepared.
Oh yeah, no, I apologize. Again, I'm saying all this sheer knowledge that like we're not diving into anything deep right now. This is more of a pontification, just how crazy it is that an obscure character that was thought to be such a like kind of radical weirdo in our like niche communities, that the sheer mention of him would get your book canceled, you know, is now getting wholesale adopted by, you know, popular media and stuff.
Yeah.
Super interesting. I don't know what we're supposed to learn from that, if anything. Probably nothing. Yeah, probably nothing at all. But anyways, Lord Josh Allen always stood out for me as a young practicing weather magician. His knowledge and daily practice was always inspiring. So grounded too, considering his age. Yeah, Lord Josh.
Yeah.
We go way back with Mr. Allen. He's doing well, I believe. I've seen some recent posts, but we haven't properly caught up in ages. But he's one of those guys, like he has that archetypical nature that I always resonate with. He's like a perfect emanation of a self. You know what I mean? Like a perfect Lord Josh Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And
yeah,
like I look like
some sort of like Shinto magic thing that he did.
Yeah, it
Some sort of,
was
like, I remember some very elaborate costumes.
yes, yeah, some
Yeah.
like, you know, Eastern weather magic.
Yeah,
What was
pretty cool.
the main guy he always used to talk about?
I
I'd butcher
That
it.
was so long ago.
But so long ago, yeah.
In reference to knowing the rules so that you can break them, got a comment from my
yeah, yeah.
Discord. This is Surfratter.
Oh, is there like a alternative chat happening?
Oh yeah, all over the internet.
Yeah, we're all over the place. Yeah, no, I let the folks on my Discord know that I would be here, and
Discord a lot.
I love it.
But
We don't want to give engagement.
But Surfratter said, well, Surfratter let me know that they don't have a YouTube account.
Yeah. No worries.
But they say, know the rules so you can edge the edge cases and get away without it exploding in a big mess. So know the rules so you can know the edge cases and get away without it exploding in a big mess. Love it. Hell yeah.
No, absolutely. Sorry, at the same time you were reading that, I got some annoying
Know the
information.
rules, edge the edge cases. You can get away without it exploding in a big mess. There we go.
I don't have any.
Okay, I'm not going to even address whatever.
To share.
I'm sure I do, and I apologize to everyone in Discord. It looked like there was a good turnout of people in the chat to hang out and listen. Maybe I didn't communicate it well enough that it would be like the YouTube is the main thing. You know, I'm using Discord as a window, so maybe they thought the event was in Discord. I don't know. But in any case, we are absolutely overdue for some sort of respite, some sort of like intermission, we'll say. And then we can hang out in the basement and do some fun stuff. But I would like to... just thank everybody. I'll probably tend to the dog, change some stuff around, do some back end stuff, but the dimming room is fully going. We could do live music, we could do live video manipulation, analog, video projections, and even straight digital signal. I mean,
a little bit of human sacrifice.
I mean, all of it in the material world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, let's do that. But let me go ahead and throw on sort of intermission spell here. I went through and created a bunch of cool stuff.
So what's next?
Scenes. Like, we can do so many. Let's see. Oh, we can do the Leo, who's been here. I mean, I have stuff to present that went through the window. Eric couldn't make it. By the way, I just want to say all the plans that I had, all the stuff that I created to talk about, and to all the We the Hallowed stuff of it, totally fine not getting to a lot of it. Like, this was way better way more fun.
Yeah, we still have time.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying this, like, if anybody was, like, looking for certain videos or audio or something, like, we'll get to it, or it'll be edited in later, or I'll do a separate thing. The whole point of today was that this is the, breaking the levee open, so that we can just do these with a bit more, consistency. And I'll be in Seattle for 10 days next week, and I'm bringing this setup, so I'll be able to do stuff in the weird places that I'm going. Because a big thing for the sacred space stuff that we were talking about, especially as I'm writing about it for the new Divergent Magic Grimoire, is this idea of, like, building a sacred space no matter where you're at. And, like, it doesn't, there's something classist thinking that, like, you need to have a magic room, right? Or like you can afford a magic room, or you can afford any of these things. So it's really about, like, how you are ordaining kind of, a space wherever you're at to kind of ground. And
this reminds me a little bit of how I think about the concept that we've been playing with of, like, void house, right? Like, this is investigating the, like, magical properties of consent, right? And so, like, the void house is, like, through communicating about our needs and our boundaries and all the rest of that goes into a consent practice, we construct this, like, realm of safety around ourselves through through doing these actions and stuff. And this is something that exists on a sort of, like, different plane, right? It's not a physical structure, but it is, something that can bring a lot of, like, safety and security, and can be, like, a way of coming into a circle together to, like, really align your intentions to work really powerful magic together. If everybody's intentions are aligned, then
that preamble has been sorted. I like that a lot. Yeah, exactly. Like, it wouldn't matter, like, the variables you think matter so much really don't. It's like these deeper, like, more immaterial ones that, kind of carry that safety and sanctimonious kind of aspects of your altar space, or your, you know what I mean? Really, at the end of the day, it's just wood and molecules. It's like...
Or it exists in the mind. There's a lot of friends I have that do a lot of their magic astrally in their temples and stuff.
Exactly.
It's mostly salt.
Yeah,
it's all salt.
Her salt friends. My salt friends. Well, sweet. I'm gonna share. Let's see. We're gonna do. So this is me. This was a great experiment. This is a live, interactive, improvised music. However, the trick is Leo, who was in the Stellar Spectres, is an amazing drummer, and I have a project with him called Dim Zoom. And I had this really crazy idea one night within Hauntmancy, it's about a lot of the aspects of that praxis is about working in congress with, like, emanations of a self, whether it's, like, temporal, or a heteronym, like a character you're playing, or it's like an aspect or a prospect of self, really. And so one of those ways you can do so, especially if you're an artist, is, like, to work, like, in congress with your own discography to create something new. And even in the micro sense of that, like, capturing Leo just play something on the drums on his webcam, and then taking that, me not have ever hearing it or seeing it, putting it on a VHS to loop, projecting that,
and then playing with him as
Oh,
if
I
he
gotta
was
see
literally in the
Let's
room.
see- let's see.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
dope. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what we call it, VHS Specters. And so it's me playing with the ghost of Leo on drums here.
I love it. Okay.
that's gone wrong was because I tried to get it right. To be right. Everything that's gone wrong was because I tried to get it right. Everything that's gone wrong is damage to the charlatans. Dealing with closer. Damage to the charlatans. Everything that wasn't right, I know right. Charlatans. Dance to the charlatans. Yeah, living room counselors. Everything that was right, I'm through being right.
I am the uncanny valley. I am the uncanny valley. bone under the bone membrane, the pellet-like pitter-patter wasp, the siren, a compress, blood after a brush, allowing me a coagulated exoskeleton, as above temperature, so below skin. My eyelids are orange-hued spectacles of which my bad vision can parse spasms. I focus, I transfix on the terraform's orange and allow the purple schisms to collate in the periphery. This relaxes me, as jonesing for the corridors will not allow me to dance in the psychic focus. I remember I am not comfortable, naked with porcelain stuffed bones. I find a distraction in the purple animations, and my care of comfort is hushed quickly and snuffed out. This isn't about comfort. For everything, I am the uncanny allow the wash of discomfort and somatic awkwardness to dissolve. I am reminded to not mind here or there. From my toes to forehead, I separate the membrane of skin and feel the delocation of self within. I am not shocked by the great unzip of my flesh. For every ligament, placing the skin into inside me, I remove my face as a Halloween mask and take a deep breath. I feel as light as a whispering thought. I feel as light as the voice behind the eye. I can see the schematics of purple tetrahedrons build and bone and orb around me, the craft across these murky modes. This is the ship needed to drift through the plains. I now see the sheen of solid purple turn into a faint pink, as if it became a translucent, fleshy, and it encases me as if it were an embryonic sac, my spectral fetus in a ghostly womb. I begin to drive the bubble. I begin to float. This pink sack of gelatin thus lifts me through the bathroom ceiling, through the upstairs neighbor's living room. I see them circled around the floor, laughing, passing around a tequila bottle among the rhythmic bumps of some haughty Spotify playlist. I smirk, because even in this translucent lift, I still judge. I keep raising through their attic, and the amount of boxes with their parents' handwriting surprises me as I float up through the ceiling into the cobalt evening atmosphere above. I look down. There is my street. There is my car, like a neon satellite picture of ghostly movements on a static city block. My toes start to tremble. I am afraid. I recall my newly found fear of heights as I reach a height where only the curvature of the earth is viewed in a sun-kissed hue. I raise my left hand and reach outwards forever, warping into the space beyond the hues and into the unknown. I raise my right hand and reach outwards forever, warping into a forever distant white dot far beyond the earth below. This is my axis of self. These coordinate wave snakes forever punching out and into each sector of this. They gyrate in my bubble as my gray ghost finds footing. I recall this was the key to unlock the hatch above. As I turn my head upwards, I see a luminous bloodwood tree with its radiant red blood beginning to fill my sphere, gushing around my floating specter. I am not scared. I recall this transmutation of blood is the only way through.
Always consider myself
I focus on the tree and its array of lush hyacinths and marigolds, like beacons on a flight path, and they begin to beat between light and dark in a heart.
Hello, hello, hello. Really? Oh, so it works.
As the bloodwood blood reaches my chin, my body is submerged in a blood balloon, suspended yet anchored by sine wave serpents reaching out in
Go ahead and speak for me.
Hello, this is Luxa.
Hey, this is Eric. Oops, sorry. Hey, this is Eric. I'm in a basement.
We're underground.
Yeah. So coming through.
In the words of the immortal Ben Folds, everything's better underground. Everyone's happy underground. I don't know. It's off of his first album. It was one of those things.
I'm not
that makes sense.
well versed
If
in
he
Ben
was
Folds' catalog.
Singing about bricks being heavy, he was drowning women, wasn't he? And burying women. Remember? She's a brick and she.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, shit. And then you were just
Yeah.
talking about another song he has about
Everything's-
burying.
Wait, did he
somebody?
turn out
That's
to be
weird.
a psycho murderer?
In my headcanon? Yeah.
Okay.
Ben Folds, the psycho murderer.
Is this the same Ben Folds of Ben Folds 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one and only.
The one and only Ben
Not to
Folds.
be confused with Ben Folds 2.
I mean, Ben Folds 5 only had
You
3
guys,
people.
yeah, find
Oh, we
those
have to
trees
go.
or just find somewhere else. Okay.
Aye, that is.
Oh yeah, I got you. Hell yeah, that's what I do to my guests. Is blind
Fuck me.
I mean, you don't have to stand in front of the projector and stare at
Well, you told us to come over here, Keats.
I basically just wanted you out of my way.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Hey.
So there, you're on VHS.
I know that guy.
I didn't need to bring on the projector. I don't know why I did that. I thought we were having fun.
Alexis got shades.
So there's the camera.
Oh, hey, all right.
But I mean, I'll. Oh wait, no, we got this camera too. I forgot. We actually have my PRAGMAGICK, professional camera that I built.
I think I can't tell if that's a.
Yeah, you guys,
It's this
Your
camera.
height disparity is something I just discovered.
You guys are both
Annoyance.
short.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very tall.
No.
I don't think I'm tall at all.
I'm average height.
I mean, I'm average for a man. If I stand up straight, I'm not that short from you.
I think I'm average for a man, aren't I?
What are you?
5'9"-ish.
No,
I think
you're
that
not,
is-
Dude, I'm like 5'10", so you must
No
be
way.
like 5'11". Yeah.
That's
Maybe you're
impossible.
wearing bigger
Aren't
shoes.
I taller than you?
I'm also wearing sneakers.
Well, I'm wearing. I mean, that's probably.
You
like
are,
half
but
an inch.
only like by an inch.
But I swear I'm only like 5'9".
That's funny.
I think
Everything's a
I'm
lie.
5'4".
Maybe I have kept growing. Maybe
Maybe?
I'm taller.
Yeah, maybe.
It's all the
There's
vitamins.
lots of others.
Oh yeah, I like our lights.
Oh yeah, I can do another here. We'll get on the cleaner camera. Let's see if that works. Where did that go? Here. This was working so beautifully last night. I felt like Bruce Wayne.
I like this shadowy version of us. I hope that you put us through some sort of like voice distortion filter.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah.
The Illuminati.
It's just so
wish you a good
funny to
night.
me that you know, the day of, or like they're just right before, like just a chain of effects that make everything stop working. Come on. I just had you, buddy. Don't be a jerk.
Oh wait, something changed.
No, don't do that. Let's see. Well, I'm just trying to get you on this damn here. I'm gonna do this the old school way. And we are going to go.
I wonder if we're audible right now.
You are.
Like on the live stream?
Yep.
Oh.
Excellent.
So Luxa.
I thought this is what you wanted.
Knock knock.
Who's there, Eric?
Oh shit! I didn't think this far ahead.
Hey, Eric,
I
knock
thought
knock.
this
Who's
is
there?
what you wanted.
Orange. Banana. I fucked it up in the very beginning. That was a bad show.
Yeah, I'm going for broke here. I'm gonna like just unplug all my cool stuff.
Hey Luxa,
Just
what do
to
you
get
call
you out
a
of the
dinosaur in a
camera.
car accident?
I don't know.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I love it. Okay.
I would
that
call
makes
I
sense.
would call an ambulance. They're probably hurt.
Wow, that's a really good camera compared to the last
I
one.
know, yeah. See, I got all the formats.
Welcome to PRAGMAGICK. My name is Reverend Derek, and I am not the host of the show.
I hate the overhead lights.
Do you remember the 80s? Because this is what everything looked like.
I know.
Greetings.
Well, I tried to liven it up with the projector, but you guys
You can
didn't
turn the
like
projector
that.
back on. I'm ready for it now.
I'm
And
just
Luxa's got
I've
sunglasses.
got sunglasses I can wear.
And then we'll take you out to give you some.
Oh, some space.
Focus.
Is this the live stream that the
This
folks
is the
can
live
see?
stream right now. Everybody can see
Yep.
this.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yep. This is our humorous outro.
You know,
Professional podcasting at its best.
this is.
Well, I had everything fun for like, you know, performing and doing stuff, but having mics and just a static, clean shot, I did not have set up.
There's a lot to be going on with, dude.
yeah.
Yeah,
There you
no
go.
worries.
Okay.
You should be. Yeah, look at that beautiful picture.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
You know?
so thanks for attending the PRAGMAGICK Hauntquinox, which it's the fourth annual Hauntquinox.
I think it's the fourth one. I think there've been.
But I mean,
some autumnal equinox.
so you think this is the fourth Hauntquinox, right? Because there's a
Fifth.
vernal and an
It's been the
autumnal.
fifth, and we've only added. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a solstice thing too?
Yeah, that's
So
the.
join us in 3 months for the PRAGMAGICK
We don't.
Hauntstis.
We'll make it for Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was just one of the first of many of hangout sessions that we're hoping to do and stream and yeah, put some fun content out there for people. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us and enjoying the chaos with us. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And also, just I'll try to like zoom out a little so folks can at least see where you're at.
We're very excited to see if this 50-year-old camera can zoom. Hey, look,
Yeah.
it's a crotch shot. Just what everybody wants.
It's my best angle.
This is the high quality one with the bad like the depth of focus I don't have on this lens is not great for this camera. It's not, you know, it doesn't have shallow. It's not shallow enough.
So there's no depth of focus on
But
this
that looks
camera.
cool.
Yeah, I feel like we really should be having some sort of conspiratorial conversation about, like, I don't know, world banks.
Yeah, sounds racist, honestly.
Dang. Canceled again.
Cancelled once again. But no, this has been such a fun time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Keats, for facilitating this. This is people watching can't see the wild amount of different cameras
I mean,
and monitors
Keats,
and
yeah.
like it's just so fun to be here in this den of madness that Keats has constructed, and really looking forward to experimenting with all kinds of stuff with y'all.
And also all the rushing around. It's amazing how much elevation change Keats has had today. He is rushed up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs. Sometimes possibly passing himself as he does it in order to connect cables and thingamajigs. And he does a great job keeping all of the cables out of the shot, so you can't see it. But down, it's basically like an Indiana Jones movie down there. It's all snakes.
I hate it. That's like my biggest irk. Is cable messiness. So like having to go live when all this wasn't sorted was very hard for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's never going to be like perfect, right? And like part of what's fun about this stuff is it's like, you know, you get out there and put whatever out there you have to offer, and that's oftentimes just what is needed for the time in which you're doing it. So fuck yeah.
So Luxa, where can people find the Luxoccult podcast?
Oh, well, people can find Luxoccult wherever fine podcasts are sold or listened to.
Only the fine
or
ones.
listened to, I should say. It's free to listen to. You can also find it on YouTube if you're the type of pervert who likes to use YouTube for podcasts. We've got you. We do not judge.
These are the perverts.
And absolutely, yeah. You can also find it here on YouTube, and there's a lot of other content besides the podcast on the YouTube channel as well. So come check it out. We talk about the intersections of magic, art, technology, spirituality, science, and much more. And there's some content about magic and mental health, which has been pretty popular for people. And we've been doing a little bit of like current events stuff as well. So yeah, come take a look.
Hell yeah. What about you, Sir Eric Arneson?
Well, my website is arnemancy.com. I'm sure there's a link in the show notes if you look below. I also cover a lot of magic and occult stuff, mostly centered on Western esotericism and Western magical tradition things. I haven't been very good about putting out new episodes lately, but I've got a huge backlog of stuff. So arnemancy.com or Arnemancy on YouTube, because I believe all of my episodes end up published on YouTube as well.
People can also take classes from you as well.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed, we both have online classes.
I've enjoyed your classes a lot. I just went to the Stenographia class.
Oh, yes.
Actually, it was the second time I took it, because the first time I was over on the East Coast, and it was a little bit late at night for me at the time. And so I wanted to get a refresher on all that cool, like the intersections of cryptography. There we go.
Cryptography and
occultism
magic.
And all of the rest of it's super my jam. So yeah, I appreciate you.
That's
putting
something
that
I'm
out
really obsessed with. So I do a lot of things about that. Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Should we? And now.
Also, if you're in Portland, come to Workers Tap tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're going to be doing a free ceremony that is open to anybody, and we're going to be creating some community protection salt.
It sounds salty.
It will be in a good way.
Sweet.
All right, and thanks.
They can't hear me. But,
thank you, Keats Rosz.
Thank you,
Revelator
Keats
Rosz.
Rosz.
He is behind the camera right now.
Absolutely. Our intrepid leader for this endeavor.
He's waving. He's having a good time. He has so many weird cameras. It is.
Now stare into the abyss.
Yes, now into the abyss. This is only one of many control
back
centers
upon yourself.
in the house. Is there like a sign off on Pragmagick? Is there something where it's like
Haunt
keep
on.
doing haunt on,
friends,
haunt on,
on.
friends? Should I
Awesome.
Should I stop streaming now?
It's like, yeah, I'll do it.
It's getting all Blair Witch in here.
Bye, folks. Always better
This will be the
later.
last footage you see before our gruesome deaths.